Hello, everyone. What is up, guys? Can everybody hear me in stream okay? Make sure we're good on both platforms. Are we good on both, babe? Awesome. Okay. Yay! What is up, guys? I'm glad to be back here. We had a quite interesting day yesterday in terms of severe weather. We dodged multiple bullets here yesterday in Kentucky. Half of Kentucky not so lucky. Some of us got very lucky yesterday. To put into realization, guys, what happened here in our backyard yesterday. Basically, in a nutshell, we had a extremely large tornado on the ground that was eventually at one point tornado emergency in Illinois, and it just beelined its way right towards us yesterday. And as soon as it got right to our county, they had PDS warned it lifted. Reed Timmer was on our storm. There was about every single storm chaser that's in the area that was chasing yesterday was on our storm. That's how crazy yesterday was. We ended up actually not getting much. We got a little bit of wind, some hail, and that was about it. A lot of lightning, but very lucky. A lot of people not so lucky in the state yesterday. We saw, as of right now, the Somerset London tornado. We are, I believe, at 24 fatalities, maybe a little bit higher now since I last checked, but 24 fatalities out of that tornado. I'm not going to talk too much about that. There is, if you guys have not watched multiple of the videos that I posted today, definitely go back and watch. One of them I would consider, it's not really a rage video, but it's me on my what's the word here? On my high horse, just kind of talking about what everything's been going on. If you guys remember, I did a video a couple days ago talking about the NWS cuts and all that stuff, and there's lots of reports saying that the National Weather Service office in Eastern Kentucky yesterday was destaffed, all of that stuff. We're not going to get into all that. That's in the video if you want to watch that. But regardless of that, people died yesterday. Lots of people died yesterday. We were, I believe, at 31 confirmed fatalities out of yesterday's storms between Missouri and Kentucky. So the St. Louis tornado yesterday has been rated preliminary EF3. The the Sikeston tornado yesterday in eastern Missouri has also just been released as an EF3 tornado. We are waiting in on multiple tornadoes. The one also in Marion, Illinois, has also been rated preliminary EF3 as of right now, from what I can see of. And then we're waiting on Somerset and London, Kentucky, to be evaluated. But that's more than likely going to be a high-end EF4. I've seen a lot of people talk. Is it going to be EF5? Are we going to break our EF5 drought? In order for us to break the EF5 drought, and hopefully this does not happen, we've got to have every single house pretty much slabbed, like to the foundation. And it looks like there's lots of images out there that show that. There are some houses that were missed. There were some trees. It's the whole NWS doing that. And clearly, this is just kind of my thoughts going into this right now. And we've kind of seen this happen a lot this year. I really don't think, guys, with the way that our rating scale is right now, we're ever going to see another EF5 the way the scale is. Unless the scale gets adjusted or anything. I could be wrong. It does not look like right now we will probably see that ever happen again. Everything, all of these tornadoes we've seen this year that have been high end, that could have been, should have been, would have been EF5 potential, have been rated underneath of that. It is a very conservative forecast. There's a lot wrong with our forecasting, or not forecasting, with our scale. So when it comes to these tornado ratings, guys, take them as they will. A lot of them are actually pretty decent, but there's a lot of them that are not. So, like I said, a lot happened yesterday. We're gonna get through that. A lot of people have got a lot of things to get through, a lot of rebuilding to get through. Sadly, a lot of the areas that were hit yesterday are going to see more significant severe weather on Tuesday, and it's pretty much every single area that saw severe weather in Kentucky and Tennessee yesterday. So we're gonna talk about that, guys. We have a multi-day severe weather outbreak undergoing right now. We've got storms firing off in Oklahoma now. We've got storms in Texas. Tornado watch is now out for most of Oklahoma, including the Oklahoma City metro area. A destructive, what I call severe thunderstorm watch, is out for the Dallas-Fort Worth area for hail over 4 inches in diameter. And we got a lot of severe weather today. We've got a potential for a tornado outbreak tomorrow across Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, and even more significant high ceiling event on Monday. So really, we're just going to work up in severity over the next 3 days across the central and southern plains. And then this will finally finish off on Tuesday in the Ohio Valley and the Tennessee Valley and into the southeast. So 4 days, guys. Buckle up here. It's going to be a very wild ride over the next couple of days in terms of the severe weather threat. So just something to make note of there. in terms of that. We've got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. We've actually got a storm firing off here in Oklahoma. We got to watch this. This is just outside of the OKC area. And any of these storms today will have tornado potential, maybe even a potential for an isolated strong tornado. We're going to have to watch for the extreme large hail and just in general here. But this storm that just fired off here just southwest of Norman, this has got a pretty good look to it here. Dibbles, Lindsay, Oklahoma here. This just kind of came out of nowhere, actually. Yeah, we're going to watch this. Wind and chill, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Let's check this and see if we've got any spin on this storm here. Not anything quite yet. Just looking at wind and hail on this. We'll keep you guys updated on that there. Hold on just one second. Checking something here. Oh, wow. Connor, is that from the NWS in Norman? Hold on a second. Can you send me the full link on that? No, that was posted by Matthew Capucci. Never mind. Is Connor Brown still in the stream here? Hold on a second. I'm making sure. I want to see if he's still in here. I'm gonna guess he's still in here on the YouTube stream. I think he is. Hold on just a second. Yeah, so we've got some really interesting wording that just came out of the National Weather Service, Norman, Oklahoma, for Monday's setup across Oklahoma. I want to read this to you guys. This is straight from Norman National Weather Service for Monday's setup. It says Monday continues to be the most concerning day for significant tornado potential as the 250 and 500 millibar jet stream overspread Oklahoma, which will add 50 to 60 knots of 0 to 6 kilometer bulk shear to an extremely unstable environment. An outbreak. This is per the National Weather Service in Norman. An outbreak of tornadic supercell thunderstorms are possible along the dry line by Monday afternoon west of I-35 and track quickly northeastward at 34 to 45 miles an hour into central Oklahoma. Storm activity should exit our area by late Monday night. That is not wording that you want to hear from the Norman National Weather Service in Oklahoma for Oklahoma City on Monday. That is concerning. That is very, very concerning wording. That is strictly from NWS in Norman, Oklahoma for Monday's setup. So as I mentioned, guys, if you did not watch my video today, I honestly, and you guys rarely ever hear me say this, a high risk is on the table for Monday. Like, I'm not joking. We're already sitting at a level 3 out of 5 risk zone for Oklahoma City on Monday. I think personally we get a moderate risk zone upgrade tonight. I even think a high risk is on the table by the time that Monday gets here. Monday has very, very significant potential, like very significant potential. Like, we could actually be looking at something we haven't seen in Oklahoma in quite some times in terms of the tornado potential. So we're going to have to watch that. We'll get into more of all of that here in just a little bit, but that is strictly concerning. I do not like to see that in terms of wording there. I'm going to save that there. That's concerning. Hold on a second. I'm going to get to y'all's questions here in just a second. We're going to be on here all evening and all night tonight, more than likely. So we're going to cover today's weather. We're going to get y'all ready to go for tomorrow, get y'all ready to go for Monday, get y'all ready to go for Tuesday. Once again, guys, thoughts and prayers to every single person that was impacted by yesterday's storms in Kentucky and in Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. It was a rough freaking day yesterday, guys. A rough day. I hate that I was not able to stream for you guys. I'm not even joking, guys, when I tell you all this. We dodged a huge tornado here in our county yesterday. Like, it lifted the second it got into our county. Like, we could have gotten absolutely cooked yesterday if that tornadic storm coming in our county yesterday would have lifted. Yeah, London and Somerset it's really sad. It's really, really sad. I do want to mention, guys, as well, make sure y'all go watch. I've done 3 videos today. I did a kind of whatever you want to call it, I guess a rage video, more of an informative video this morning. Definitely go watch that. I posted my forecast video talking about the next couple of days earlier this afternoon as well. I also posted a video not even but 2 hours ago talking about severe weather, severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings, kind of explaining in depth the different criteria for those warnings and what to do when you get those warnings. Definitely please share that and go watch that. A lot of people don't listen to tornado warnings unless they are observed. That is not okay. When you guys get a tornado warning or a severe thunderstorm warning that is like destructive or on the high end side of things, you need to be seeking shelter accordingly. Just because it's not on the ground does not mean it's serious. That's not how that works. Any type of warning that gets issued needs to be taken seriously. I cannot stress that enough. I have a lot of people that come into the streams or watch my videos that say, "Oh, I'm in a tornado warning. Cool. We're just gonna sit and do nothing about it." It's crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of controversy about the PDS over in Kentucky. We'll talk about that on another day once all that gets figured out and done with. But yeah, it was bad yesterday. It was really, really bad. Also, guys, make sure we're respectful in chat. If you're gonna be rude, you're gonna get muted and blocked. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. You're not gonna hurt anybody else's feelings. Let's be nice in the chat. Seriously, I don't even know I have to address that, but make sure y'all are being nice in chat, please. Okay. Let me post this one thing here and we'll get started and kind of talk about what we're going to have today and talk about the timing on everything. Yeah, we had a tornado in Marion, Illinois yesterday. Yes, we did. That was the storm that came to that was the storm that almost hit us yesterday. That's the tornado that ended up coming our direction. So hold on one second. Hold on one second, guys. I'm getting this posted here. Okay. All right. We're watching this severe thunderstorm warning storm here just southwest of Oklahoma City. This has got some wind. It's got some hail on it. It's not doing anything tornadic right now. We'll keep you guys updated on that. Tornado watch in effect for Oklahoma City, Elk City, Lawton, Wichita Falls, Ada. You guys should know where you live out on a map. If you're in watches, be mindful conditions are favorable. We've got a couple severe thunderstorm warnings down here that are making their way to the DFW area. We've got Stephenville, Hamilton, Santa Saba. We've got Brownwood here. All of these storms are warned for hail currently, so we're not seeing anything tornadic out of these cells currently right now. So I'm going to briefly touch, guys, on what's going to happen today, what we're going to be looking at for the next couple of days here. If you guys cannot see on the bottom of the screen here, these are the next 4 days of risk zones. Enhanced, 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 enhanced. I don't remember the last time I saw back to back to back to back level 3 out of 5, if not higher, risk zones for a given week. We had a moderate risk yesterday, level 4 out of 5. We have level 3 out of 5s the next 4 days in a row, all with strong tornado potential attached to them, as well as destructive hail and significant damaging winds. I personally, I can't remember the last time I saw something like this. And we had some crazy severe weather last year. This is May, guys, as I've told you guys in previous months leading up to severe weather season. May is known for some crazy things, and May is definitely going to produce some crazy things. It already has. Here is our risk zone for today. We're still watching a marginal and a slight risk back up here in the northeast. This is a very conditional wind and hail tornado threat. I have not seen any tornado warnings up in the northeast yet today so far. No tornado warnings I have seen at all today other than early this morning. Just be mindful if you're up in the northeast up there, marginal slight risk, Boston, Burlington, up towards Watertown there. Wind and hail threat possible. A little marginal risk back over here into portions of Utah as well, western Wyoming. What we're going to be watching for today, guys, we have a level 3 risk out of 5 here for Dallas-Fort Worth area. Wichita Falls is just outside of that there. If you're in the DFW metro area, I want you guys to understand something. I'm not saying a tornado is going to come wrecking through DFW. What I'm saying is if you guys watched what happened in St. Louis yesterday, a lot of people think major cities cannot see tornadoes. We watched an EF3 tornado rip through St. Louis yesterday, the metro area. So I want to explain to you guys that the whole bubble theory, that I can't get touched theory, is not a thing. There's some times where storms can go around cities. We can talk about that on another given day, but major cities can see tornadoes. St. Louis is an exact example of that yesterday. We watched a huge wedge tornado go through St. Louis, and that thing was rain wrapped too. It was very, very impressive of a storm. Ended up there's bunches of videos of people's houses just getting completely blown out from the roofs being lifted up and everything. So cities can see tornadoes. I want y'all to know that. Hopefully that does not happen today. But we do have a level 3 risk out of 5 here. Large hail, damaging winds, a couple tornadoes on the table here. Slight risk level 2 out of 5 going all the way up here into southern Kansas. Most of Oklahoma is in that slight risk extending out towards southern Texas, northern Louisiana, most of Arkansas, and western Mississippi. Level 1 marginal risk in the green. Tornado threat today, we don't have a hatched tornado risk today. I will say, though, a pretty broad 5% tornado risk here. This basically means there's a 5% chance of a tornado happening within every 25-mile radius of a given point. We've also got a 2% chance of a tornado risk up in the northeast and back down here into the plains. So there is a chance for a couple tornadoes today. I do expect as the low-level jet increases, as the evening progresses here, we will see that tornado risk go up. It's typically how it always works. The light green shading is just general thunderstorms, not anything severe. So that very, very light green is general thunderstorms. But there's your tornado risk. The wind threat's going to be interesting to watch. In the 5% here, the 5% and the 15%, anything here that is not hatched, don't pay attention to that red hatched area yet. Anything that is not hatched, 30, 15, and 5, means there's either a 30, 15% chance or 5% chance of seeing damaging winds up to 60 to 70 miles per hour within a 25-mile radius of a given point. We do have a small little hatched wind threat here, and this is going to be for a Boeing line segment that's supposed to develop later on this evening across DFW through Wichita. Wichita Falls there and east of that area across western Arkansas. We could see winds exceed 75 miles per hour. So we are watching out for a significant wind threat this afternoon. We're also going to be watching the hatched hail risk today. Extremely large hail, and you guys know this is not unnormal here in this area, but we do have a hatched 15 and a hatched 30% hail threat here from basically Woodward, Oklahoma through Oklahoma City down through pretty much majority of central Texas here and going into western Arkansas. Hail could exceed 3 to 4 inches in diameter, guys. Very, very large hail today on the table for today, and then that's going to be our setup. That's what we've got for today. Here's a broad overview of the timing here that we're going to see. I'm going to go to the newest run. Let's see if we've got any updates on this here. Yep, so supercell's firing off here. We're going to see another cluster of storms develop off of eastern Texas here. These could move towards the OKC area around after 6 to 7 p.m. this evening. Most of Texas's storms these are going to move out pretty quickly today. We're going to have a cluster of showers and storms moving through DFW around 6, 7 p.m. here, maybe a little bit before that, and then going northeast here, headed towards northeast Texas and western Arkansas. And then we're going to see a couple more storms move down towards southern Texas, but central Texas, your risk zone today. It's not super, super long. Like I said, this is really more of a driven daytime heating event that we're going to have to watch. But I do want to pay attention to this. If we get any discrete splitting storms to move through western Oklahoma, we could get a decent tornado risk here in Oklahoma tonight. I need you guys to be mindful of that. I'm not saying you're going to get a tornado in OKC tonight. What I'm saying is you need to be mindful the conditions are favorable for tornadoes, and I wouldn't even rule out a strong tornado at play if we can get a semi-discrete or discrete cell back up here in Oklahoma. The good news is this is not your highest risk, guys, if you're in Oklahoma today. We've got more things to be concerned about outside of this. If we go and we look at our outlook for tomorrow, this is concerning. We have a double barrel enhanced risk for tomorrow. A level 3 enhanced risk back over here into northeastern Colorado and western portions of Nebraska, and a enhanced risk here for Kansas and northern Texas. I do think if storm coverage continues, they could extend that enhanced risk down to northern Texas and OKC. We're going to have to watch that as well and see what happens with that. Kind of go from there. And then outside of that slight risk and a marginal risk. And then we've also got, yeah, that's what we're going to be looking at for currently right now. I do think if, depending on what our model runs do tonight, we could be potentially seeing maybe, I'm not going to say this quite yet in terms of confidence-wise, but there could be a level 4 moderate risk on the table for tomorrow. We'll just kind of see how things progress later on this evening. Yes, the tornado threat is in Texas today. Most of Texas is under a 2 or a 5% tornado risk for today. Tomorrow's tornado risk is higher, guys. We have a 10% hatch tornado risk tomorrow. What this yellow blob means, this is northern Texas here, including Wichita, Kansas. We've got central and southern Kansas. This is a 10% hatch tornado risk, kind of like what we saw yesterday. That 10% hatch tornado risk means that there is 10% chance of seeing EF2 plus tornadoes within a 25-mile radius given point. Of any location in that area. So there is a strong EF2 violent tornado risk tomorrow on the table here for central and southern Kansas. I do think that will get expanded pretty significantly if conditions continue to go up for tomorrow's event as well. We've also got a 5% outside of that from basically eastern Colorado, almost outside of Denver there, outside of Cheyenne, Wyoming as well, back down through Kansas City and into Oklahoma City. So a big risk zone for significant severe weather tomorrow on the table. Discrete mode and linear mode is going to kind of tell the story on what happens with that. We've also got a wind threat 5 and 15%. So the wind threat tomorrow not too significant. We're really going to be looking at hail and tornadoes tomorrow is going to be our main threats. And that hail threat is hatched once again, 2 30% and 1 15%, one big 15%. Basically, anybody that is in this hatched hail region could see hail exceed 3 inches in diameter tomorrow. So that's Kansas City, Wichita, basically the whole entire state of Kansas and almost all of Nebraska. is under the threat for extremely large hail tomorrow and a tornado risk tomorrow. So something to be mindful of. We'll get to more of the timing on tomorrow later on this evening when we get some more model runs in. I'm not too quite confident yet myself on what that timing is going to be this evening. We'll just kind of wait until we get a couple more runs in. And then we have the big day. This is going to be on Monday. A huge level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk. Once again, northern Texas, Oklahoma City, Norman, Tulsa, Wichita, Kansas, up through Kansas City, Missouri, Springfield, Joplin, Missouri. Monday is going to be the day to watch. We have a very, very high ceiling event on Monday, guys. We could easily get a tornado outbreak both tomorrow and on Monday, especially on Monday. I'm going to show you guys an example of the high ceiling that could happen here in a second. But we're going to have to watch very, very closely for this on Monday. Hatched region, we don't have probabilities yet. Those will be introduced tonight around 1 a.m. Or 1 a.m. tomorrow morning, I should say. But like I said, this starts on Monday, and this will probably go through Monday evening. We do have a marginal risk that extends all the way out back down here into Tennessee, Kentucky. But that major risk zone for tomorrow is going to, or for Monday, is going to be Missouri, Iowa, eastern and southeast Nebraska, eastern and central Kansas, and most of Oklahoma, if not the whole state, and northern Texas there. So I do expect, and I'm going to be very honest with you guys when I say this, I do expect a moderate risk to more than likely be introduced. That's a level 4 out of 5. That's what we saw yesterday in the Ohio Valley. And I'm going to say this now. This may or may not happen, so do not be mad at me if this does not happen, but this does bring the possibility of a level 5 out of 5 high risk if things do continue to increase. It's not off the table. I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not afraid to look like an idiot, but I will say that just because conditions are so favorable for significant severe weather on Monday. So we will see what SPC does. We'll see what our models do, but that is definitely on the table for Monday. And then we've got one more day of severe weather on the forecast table here. Sadly, the people that were impacted yesterday with these tornadoes are going to see it again on Tuesday. We've got a level 2 slight risk and a level 3 enhanced risk on the day 4 outlook for significant severe weather. Once again, the Nashville, Tennessee area, Jackson, Tennessee, Memphis, and central and northern Alabama and Mississippi are under the gun for significant severe weather with a level 3 risk out of 5 and a slight risk outside of that for significant severe weather on Tuesday. So we have 4 days in a row, guys, of significant severe weather. This is, like I said, probably one of the biggest stretches of severe weather I've seen. We'll have more details on this as time gets closer, but right now, a lot of these areas, Somerset, Kentucky, Eastern Missouri, St. Louis, every single one of these areas that had storms yesterday, people that are trying to rebuild, people that are trying to, what's the word I'm trying to think of here, just get their lives back together, are going to get hit with these storms once again. This is just something that's just unavoidable, I think, at this point coming into Tuesday. So, like I said, we will just watch this. We'll keep you guys updated, go from there, kind of get to that point there. But yeah, once again, going to be just something we have to watch very, 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 very closely in terms of everything there, guys, okay? Also, guys, once again, I'll say this one more time. I shouldn't have to say this. Be respectful in the comments, guys. Don't put stupid crap in the comments. You'll get muted. You'll get blocked. You'll go to another live stream. You're not going to hurt my feelings. You're not going to hurt anybody else's. We're sitting here trying to give life-saving information, keep you guys updated on things. If you're going to be an idiot, you can leave. It's just that simple. Crazy stuff. We're literally... So anyways, let's go ahead and dive into our watches here, talk about what we're going to be seeing here. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch as well, back up here into the Northeast. This is valid until 8 p.m. Eastern time. This is up here for, we've got eastern portions of New York. We've got up here into portions of Maine, Massachusetts, up here into this as well. If you're up into these areas here, damaging wind threat, hail threat as well. Going to be a possibility with low conditional tornado risk up here. We haven't seen too many severe storms up there, mostly been wind and hail in terms of that. Now, the other watches that we have currently out right now, I call this a high-end hail watch. I'm going to start just kind of having my own definition for these at this point, since NWS is so blunt with these, or not so blunt with these. Severe thunderstorm watch for the DFW area back down here to Waco and Stevensville, or Stephensville, I should say. This is mostly going to be for extremely large hail. They've got specifically in this watch box here. This is out till 10 p.m. Central Time. Remember, a watch means conditions are favorable for severe weather. Scattered large hail events, 4 inches in diameter likely, guys. That is grapefruit size hail. 4-inch diameter hail is grapefruit. Could you imagine a grapefruit falling out of the sky at about 100 miles per hour plus, hitting your car, hitting your house? That's going to do some damage. Y'all know that in Texas. Y'all know that in Oklahoma. That's what we have on the table today. Also, significant damaging winds up to 80 miles per hour are likely, or are possible, and a tornado or two is also possible, and that's in that watch box here, and that is out, I believe, like I said, until 10 p.m. Central Time. And then we did get a tornado watch here, and that is out until 10 p.m. Central Time as well. We've got Altus, Hobart, Clinton, Oklahoma City, Norman area. We've got McAllister, and we have Ardmore, some other areas outside of that in there. If you're in that tornado watch there, do be mindful here. All conditions are favorable for large hail, extremely large hail. A couple tornadoes can't be ruled out, and the threat for some damaging winds, and that'll be until 10 p.m. Eastern time. 70-mile-per-hour winds are likely, a couple tornadoes possible, and 3-inch diameter hail. So that's what we've got for there. And then we got one more severe thunderstorm watch that came out as well here. Junction, Del Rio, that's down towards the southwestern quadrant here of Texas. Going to be looking at the threat for damaging winds and hail, and then a couple of brief tornadoes here. Really more hail and wind, but there can't be a tornado ruled out. So that's what we've got for you guys with the watches so far. I believe I've got everything covered here, at least in terms of now. Let's take back a look here at radar. I'm going to go back to this storm. We got one storm that just exploded just outside of Norman here. So if you are in Norman, Oklahoma, if you are along south of OKC here, this is a severe thunderstorm warning here for 1.25-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. We've got Alex, Ninica, Rush Springs, Lindsay, and Dibble here. This is not a tornadic storm as of right now, but it is in a tornadic environment, meaning if it does start to develop rotation here, we could see the potential for maybe a tornado later on downstream. But right now, this storm is not tornadic currently. Hold on one second here, guys. Okay. All right, I was just double checking on a couple things. No, there's no tornadoes out right now, guys. There could be a tornado with this cell later on if it does become surface based. So we can actually take a look here at our conditions. Let me do something here really quick. Let me go look at our meso scale real quick and see our meso analysis and see what we're looking at with our conditions right now. Let's do, here we go. Let's look at surface observations really quickly here. Yeah, guys, tornadoes are possible from DFW all the way up to Oklahoma City today. It's a low to medium risk. Very low to medium risk. All right, just looking at our lovely observations here. We've got 60 dew points, 80 temps. God, we are pushing the 90s here, so instability is just climbing. Dew points in the upper 70s here, pushing 80s. We've got some upper 70s here. That is ridiculous dew points, so definitely enough fuel here. Let's look at our instability. Holy crud, we got 6,500 CAPE right now. That is insane. Wow. That is a volatile atmosphere right there, guys. 6,500 CAPE. That's like yesterday in Arkansas. That is insane amount of instability. It takes a lot to get those instability values up there, guys. You can see where our warm front is at. So if storms can initiate along the warm front here and along the dry line, we could see a couple of spin-up tornadoes. But that is an unstable atmosphere right there. That is disgusting. That is gross. That is absolutely gross. We've actually got, if you look down here towards the Gulf as well, guys, we got 7,500 CAPE just sitting in the Gulf. That's, yeah, if you're in Texas and Oklahoma, I bet it feels gross and muggy. What a waste of energy. I know, for real though, honestly. Some of these storms are going to be able to use that energy, and some of it may not be used. So hopefully that does not happen. That would not be a good thing. Let's just kind of see how this progresses here for the next couple of hours. Yeah, it's not going to move. We're just going to have this instability just sit here. That's not good. Yeah. Let me go outside and see real quick. I bet it's muggy, guys, in Oklahoma and Texas today. That is disgusting. This is not what we want to see. These are our violent tornado parameters right now. So you guys can see we got one little cell sitting here in Oklahoma, and we have all of our highest tornado parameters sitting on this one cell. So we've got to watch this supercell in Oklahoma City, or outside of Oklahoma City right now, because if this does start to become surface-based, we could actually see a decent tornado out of this cell. Hopefully that does not happen, but these are our violent tornado contour parameters right now. We've also got a stronger tornado parameter signal down here in and around our cells that are outside of the DFW area. So we're going to have to see how this unfolds over the next couple of hours. Hopefully this does not verify. That's not good. Let's look at our actual instability and see here. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go back to radar here. We're going to watch this storm. Like I said, the storms that are outside of DFW currently right now, we've got one in Stephenville, and then down here towards Hamilton. All of these storms currently right now are warned for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. So we're not seeing anything like ridiculously crazy. These are honestly just general severe thunderstorms right now. Let me look over here west of Lawton and see if we got anything. Wait, let the radar load. I'm going to play this here out. Yeah, we don't have anything else. It's just this one storm, and it looks like it's getting going here. Let's do this radar site. Thank you guys for all the follows, by the way. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for the taps as well. If you guys are new to the stream, welcome. I am a meteorology student here in Kentucky. I do live severe weather coverage for all 50 states. I do forecast videos every day for all 50 states. If you guys need reliable weather coverage, that is me. We are typically on here every day doing wall-to-wall coverage whenever stuff is happening. I'm honestly at this point ready for vacation, so we're here to keep you guys safe, keep y'all informative, give y'all weather information. So got my whole weather team's in here as well, giving y'all information. Make sure y'all pay attention to the mods and the weather team in the chat. They're in here trying to help answer help answer y'all's questions as well. So we have a whole team in here doing the thing. They're very much appreciated. All right. Yeah, so we're going to watch this cell here that's outside of OKC. Like I said, I'm not seeing any type of rotation yet on this storm. I got a little bit down here, maybe. A little bit of some broad spin with this. Not too impressive right now. This could explode, though, pretty quickly with the instability that we've got. So, Storm Chaser, Johnny, good to see you here, bud. By the way, for all my meteorology students and meteorologists or storm chasers that are in stream or that come in streams, I do appreciate you guys very, very much. Just wanna throw that out there. I always appreciate anybody else in the weather field. You guys are awesome. Y'all rock it. Seriously. If it was not for our storm chasers, especially out there on the ground getting eyes, we would not know what's happening. So you can't do everything from a radar. You can do a lot from a radar, but you need that eye confidence or that confidence on the ground to be able to warn some of these storms sometimes. So much appreciation goes to you guys. Credit is going to be where credit is due. So DFW, you'll see storms in the next 2 to 3 hours. They'll be moving through pretty quickly. So yeah, Sydney, Indiana is supposed to be back in it again on Tuesday. So it'll be more of central and southern Indiana. The further south you go, the better chance you have of seeing that severe weather. Like I said, we'll start to talk more about Tuesday once we get closer to Tuesday. I'm going to be curious to see what the OOZ HER run does tonight, if we get any HER death runs like we'd had the night before our significant severe weather yesterday. So once again, guys, if I've got anybody in stream that was hit by yesterday's storms, I'd love to see if you guys have pictures, if you guys have just any type of information on anything, feel free to message the Facebook weather page. You guys can message in there as well. And then we can, if Rochelle wants to, she can. Or if I've got anybody on the team that wants, yeah, I think Rochelle may want to if she wants to. She can post some of those pictures if y'all want that, if she's up for that. Yeah, guys, I want to talk about something as well. So depending on what weather app you guys use, the Weather Channel is not the best, just saying. But some weather apps, if not a lot of them, when it tells you if you're in a severe weather risk and it says you're not going to get anything, a lot of these weather apps, guys, do not update their hourly forecast or update their information every hour as models update. So a lot of it's either old information and it's not the best. So when your weather app says you're not going to see rain, don't go off that, please. Yeah, I was going to say, Oklahoma City has a good app. If you're outside of Oklahoma and you need a good app, I mean, AccuWeather's pretty good. If you just want a good radar app to have, My Radar, Radar Omega. Like I said, I'm not tied to a partnership with anybody in terms of any of that yet. The software I use is WSV3, but it's for PCs only. But if you guys need that, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good weather apps that are coming out. So if you guys have those in the chat, you guys can put those in there. Yeah, WeatherWise is new. WeatherWise is really good. I've started to look into that as well. I've heard they're pretty good as well. There's lots of good ones coming out. So if you guys need those, definitely look into that. So, all right. Yeah, so here we go. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning here. 1-inch hail, 50-mile-per-hour winds. So this is going to go towards Oklahoma City. Amber, Tuttle, Blanchard. Right now, this storm is still not tornadic, but that hopefully that does not change here soon. All right. Yep, so this is going to go towards Amber, Blanchard, Tuttle, and this will probably head towards the west side of OKC here. This is a slow mover. Yeah, I'll say Radar Scope and Radar Omega do have subscriptions, but they are worth it if you guys do get them. I have everything, literally, so. Currently, right now, we have 31 fatalities out of yesterday's tornado outbreak. It is the highest amount of fatalities since the 2021 Mayfield tornado in the Western Kentucky area. So yesterday broke some records, guys. We also saw over 1,100 storm reports yesterday across the lower Ohio Valley. As I told y'all in my videos over the last couple of days, we were going to see a significant outbreak yesterday, and we did. We ended up breaking the most storm report records so far this year. This is the most storm reports yesterday that happened since the May 26, 2024 severe weather outbreak in the same area last year. Crazy things happen in the same areas on repeat yearly, I think, at this point. So, yep. Yeah, we are at 31 is the last number that I saw. But yeah, it's sad. It's sad. And a lot of those either came from Missouri or they came from the Somerset, London tornado. So, like I said, too, guys, there's a lot of speculation from different people and different opinions with different people on, the whole tornado warning process yesterday. I will say this. I was not on stream covering yesterday because we almost got hit with a huge tornado here yesterday. I know Connor was on live. If you guys don't follow Connor's Climate Corner, basically like my brother, literally one of my best friends, was on streaming this yesterday. He's getting a lot of crap for his video on talking about it. The tornado in Somerset and London, it was tornado warned. They warned that storm 20 minutes prior to that tornado coming in. The problem is, and this is where all the controversy is the fact that it was either PDS warned or not PDS warned before, and we can get into all that another day, but it was tornado warned as it went in there. So what I'm getting at to you guys is when you get tornado warnings, I see a lot of people, and this isn't everybody, most of y'all do a pretty good job at this, but just speaking to the peanut gallery here, if you base your going to your safe places off of only observed tornado warnings, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You need to be, if you get a tornado warning, whether it's radar indicated or observed, you need to be seeking shelter regardless of if it's on the ground or not. Treat every single warning seriously. If you are put in a red polygon, I don't care if it's on the ground or if it's not on the ground. It does not matter. That tornado could be physically on the ground and nobody know about it, and then the NWS offices or whoever's on that warns it late or etc. So if we're telling you guys, get to your safe place. Get to your safe place. It's not to sit here and fearmonger to get people all shaken up. It's because your life literally could be on the line. That's how serious it is. So I've posted like 3 videos today talking about severe weather prep and trying to get people prepared. And somehow, for whatever reason, I still get backlash on it, but it is what it is. So I can't please everybody, but I try to keep everybody safe. That's the goal at the end of the day. So whether people decide to listen or not listen I can't do nothing about it. So I'm just here to keep you guys safe at the end of the day. So severe thunderstorm warnings need to be taken seriously, and tornado warnings need to be seriously, as always. So, all right, guys. Like I said, this is a very interesting storm right here, and I think what we're about to see is a storm split. I think we're about to watch a storm split. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, it looks like we're about to have a cell split, and this is going to be not good if that happens. When we get right and left splitting cells, these can cause problems. They can either cause tornadoes to happen or they can cause large hail to happen. So we're going to have to keep this. Yeah, is Western Kentucky projected to be hit again? Yes, on Tuesday. Yes. The whole Ohio Valley is looking, at least the lower Ohio Valley and Tennessee Valley is going to be in a pretty significant risk zone on Tuesday again. We're going to talk all about that here in a minute. Yeah, I'm looking at this here, guys. So we've got a severe thunderstorm warning headed towards Tuttle and Mustang with 1-inch hail, 50-mile-per-hour winds, and a new one headed east. So this is going to split. This is going to be really interesting, guys. If there's anybody that wants to learn about meteorology, this is a great example right here in terms of watching cell split. This only happens really in the central and southern plains. We can talk on another day on a live stream on how this happens, on why this happens, but this is quite an interesting thing when cells split. It's not a good thing, but it's really interesting to watch happen. So we are starting to see some rotation develop on this storm. So this could, at least not right now, but it could get tornado warned in the future. You guys can kind of see there's two storms here. We've got one up here to the north. You got a hail core on the north side, and you got one down here to the south that's going to try and go east, and one's going to try and go north. So if you're in these severe thunderstorm warnings, they're for 60-mile-per-hour winds and at least 1-inch hail. So not anything too significant right now. This is just like a general severe thunderstorm warning, but this can turn into something ridiculous. Yes, the left one is usually the hail, correct. The right one is usually going to be your tornadic one if it does go. Yes. I've got some people that do know about that, which is interesting. It's a very interesting thing that happens in the weather world. It's crazy. Yep, your northern storm typically produces the hail. Your right one typically produces the tornado. Most times it does. Crazy things can happen. We see that happen. Yep. Yeah, as I say, if I've got any storm chasers in here, you guys definitely know about splits. 100%. Yep, north one will win. Yep, and the northern one, yep, the northern one will typically win most of the time. Just because it will, I believe it's outflow dominant most of the time. It feeds off of its own outflow dominance. I will promise you guys this. I know I've talked about this and have attempted to do this for many, many weeks now, and it's just not been able to happen. Hopefully, once this severe weather occludes going into next week, I want to do a live stream to teach people how to read radar, how to read models, and how to just learn basic meteorology. So, here we go.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
And that's what was expected right there. We got a tornado warning now for Lindsay, Oklahoma. So, perfect example right here of a cell split. Right one goes tornadic, northern one goes hailer. So if you guys are in Lindsay, Oklahoma, this is a, not observed, this is a radar indicated tornado warning. How about said observed? So you need to be seeking shelter, guys. I was just talking about this. If you were in this tornado warning, please be seeking shelter. A bathroom, a closet, wherever you need to go. Get to your safe place now. This is Bradley and Lindsay, Oklahoma. This is just south of OKC. You can actually see where that rotation is at. And we've got our highest tornado parameters in this area too right now. So this storm could be a massive one if it gets going. It's going to be a problem. We have no other storms in this environment other than just one cell, and it's trying to split. So if this gets going and it goes east, we could have ourselves a strong tornado potentially on the table down the stream. Once again, this is going to be for Lindsay, Oklahoma. This is going to be valid until 5:15 Central Time. So we got 1.5 inch hail on this as well. Yeah, this is a pretty nasty hook. You guys are about to get a lot of hail up in Amber and Chickasha too. Yeah, so what's going to happen more than likely, hopefully this does not happen, but when this storm starts to go right and it officially splits here, storms produce outflow winds, right? And so when storms produce outflow winds, a lot of the times these discrete supercells can basically rotate off of their own outflow winds. It basically, your outflow winds go out, and then sometimes it can recycle back in, and it can help rotate a storm. So we can get these big, strong tornadoes from outflow dominance here, and that just basically allows your storm to stay healthy and continue to rotate as it goes east. So that's something we're going to have to watch here as well, if that storm can maintain its outflow dominance. But pretty nasty hook echo developing on this storm. I do not like this, and this is going to head towards Interstate 35. So once again, Lindsay, Oklahoma, you guys need to be seeking shelter. If you're out in front of this here, if you're in Maysville, if you're in Wayne, Purcell, or Rosedale, Oklahoma, you need to be watching this very, very closely. Northern one is going to be a hail maker, guys. I would expect golf ball size hail eventually at some point as this gets closer to Tuttle and Mustang. Good news is the tornado warning is south of OKC. It's not going into OKC. It's going to go east. But still, regardless of this, we've got some pretty decent populations that are going to be ahead of this. So once again, if you are in Lindsay, Oklahoma, or Bradley, you need to be seeking shelter immediately. I see people in the chat that are in this warning. Let's check and see if we've got, what's our gate-to-gate shear doing on here? Yeah, you can see where that spin is at. It's definitely there. It's not violent rotation. It's enough to issue that warning, though. So I believe this is going to be tracking east about 30 miles per hour. Yeah, about, no, this is moving east at 15 miles per hour. This is a slow mover. Definitely a slow mover. This could be nasty. I don't like seeing this. That northern one's going to eventually, more than likely, die off. We'll go back here and look at about velocity scan. Actually, let's do this. There we go. Yeah, this is going to be a slow mover potentially here. 15 miles per hour east. It's going to take some time to get this thing out of here. So, we don't have a correlation coefficient as of right now, so that is also some good news. But, don't like the way this is starting to look. What's our echo tops at with this, too? Let me see how high this thing is. Golly! 50,000 foot echo tops. This thing is healthy. This is a healthy storm. 53,000 feet aloft. These are towers, guys. Huge towers. So once again, guys, this is in Lindsay, Oklahoma. If you are in Lindsay, Oklahoma, this is just south of OKC. Let me see if I can find something here. Give me just a second. I'm going to leave this up here, guys. Make sure you guys are getting into your safe places. Is it pronounced Lindsay? I probably said it wrong. Sorry, guys. It's Lindsay, Oklahoma. If I pronounce it wrong, I'm sorry, guys. Not the best with some pronunciations. So make sure you guys are getting to your safe place if you're in this tornado warning. Once again, Lindsay, Oklahoma, under the gun here for a potential tornado here. This is not on the ground. I want to make this known. This is not on the ground, but it does not matter. It does not matter. Yep, so might even be a second area potentially up here near Bradley. I think that's still just outflow winds though. I'm trying to see if I can get an update on this for you guys. Bear with me for just a second. Thank you guys for the follows. I do appreciate it, by the way, as well. Dang. Oklahoma needs more traffic cameras to see in this area. They don't have any, which suck. Y'all need more traffic cameras in this area. I'm trying to find one to see if we can get a visual on this thing. If this goes up on the western side of Oklahoma, we'll see it. The hailstorm, but I don't want that. Let me see if I can find a better view here. Yeah, we'll have to wait until this gets a little bit closer. Okay. All right, let me get back here with to you guys. Yeah, Lindsay's pretty rural. Yeah, I think it is pretty rural. Like I said, I'm not from Oklahoma, guys, so I'm not too certain. Look at that cell split. Look at that. We just watched one storm split, and this is not good. This is not good, guys. This thing is really trying to get going. If it starts going east here and moves east on its own, we're gonna be watching this storm for quite some time. This is not an environment that we want to see this doing this in. If you're up towards Amber and Blanchard, you're getting some wind, you're getting some hail, but the tornadic cell is down here in Lindsay. Let's take another look at this here. Yeah, this is going to be close here. We might be getting ready to see this potentially touch down. Yeah, gate to gate shear is starting to pick up just a little bit too. It's not super impressive yet, but regardless of that, this thing is really trying. No, Lawton, you guys are good. Like I said, this is going straight east. This is headed across Interstate 35. Yeah, so the problem, guys, with this is the fact that this storm is already becoming surface-based and already becoming tornadic. We have a full environment well out in front of this. So if you're in Ada, Seminole, McAllister, if you're anywhere east of this supercell, you need to be watching very, very closely, because if this continues to go east, this environment is very, very favorable for strong tornadoes out in this area here. That's why that watch is out. So if this thing gets going and it starts producing a tornado, we could be watching a long tracker today. Yeah, this is impressive. Look at these echo tops again. Yeah, this thing is insane. So once again, if you were in Lindsay, Oklahoma, guys, you need to be in your safe place, and Bradley as well. Out in front of this, when the next warning gets issued, it'll be Maysville, Wayne, and probably Purcell. So we got a couple severe thunderstorm warnings, guys, well southwest of DFW. We're keeping updated on that right now, but those are for wind and for hail down there. So we're going to stay on this tornado warning right now. Tornado warnings are going to come first. Okay. Yep, so this is only our first tornado warning so far, guys. This is the first one of the day. We're going to watch and see how this thing behaves. This is our only one that we're currently watching right now, so. Once again, guys, I appreciate the love. If y'all have not hit that follow button, do hit that follow button. Also, guys, make sure you guys go over to my YouTube channel and subscribe. We're also live on there as well. We go live on both platforms. That way we can get more information out to everybody. So make sure y'all head over there as well. I do appreciate y'all. We're going to be live all day today. That's the game plan. We're going to be live until this thread is over with. So if we're on here until midnight tonight, so be it. I wonder if this is, yeah, it's trying. It's really, really trying. Just kind of watching the evolution of this. So this will be headed right towards Lindsay. If you're in Lindsay, you're definitely going to see this thing coming. So this is going to be where rotation is at, just to the southwest of I-19. Or of Highway 19 here, I should say. Did we get another split? Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, we're gonna watch. We are gonna watch this one up here. Mustang and Tuttle, you guys are about to get some wind and some hail out of this. Golf ball size hail, as I expected now, on that storm coming into Tuttle. So this is gonna go towards OKC. So you guys, yeah, you guys are gonna get some wind and some hail. We do need to watch regardless, though, on this. This still could be a tornadic storm if this starts to get organized. Hopefully it does not. Let me check down here. We do have another storm firing off down here east of Ardmore. Yeah, DFW, you guys got storms just outside of you here. We've got some wind and some hail here coming into Weatherford. Just going to take a look at this here. Yep, some wind and some hail. Currently, Gatesville got some wind and some hail. That's all I've seen down there so far right now. We're going to stay on this. Watch both of these. Yeah, there could be some rotation trying to develop up north on that storm in north of Amber potentially. It's not quite yet there. All the storms that are in Texas right now, the hail are under golf ball sizes. So, yep, just lots and lots of hail on these. Let's go back and look at this. Yeah, this is not super organized right now. It's trying. It's definitely trying to do something, but it's not quite there yet. So that's a good thing, guys. But like I said, the fact that this is moving at 15 miles per hour is not great either. Y'all are definitely about to get some hail in OKC though. At least the western side of OKC is. Got those brighter colors popping up there. Let's see. Do we have any hail indicators on this? Let's see. All right, yeah, I'm not seeing the indicators there doing anything. And regardless, so yeah, 50-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball size hail with that. Yeah, looks like that rotation's back again, so that's what we're watching right there. That's going to be our rotation, guys. Thank y'all for the gifts. I do appreciate it. So this is getting ready to come across Highway 19 here in just about 5-10 minutes. Yeah, I don't like that. You got some higher colors here, higher contour colors setting up too. So that's going to be what your rotation is at. Dark blue is inflow, orange there is outflow. This is just a better view of seeing where the better rotation would be at on this. Yeah, I don't like to see that. So we got about 39 minutes left, 29 minutes left on this warning. Like I said, moving very slow. So this is going to head towards Interstate 35. So make sure you guys are in your safe places, please. So once again, Lindsay, Oklahoma, under this tornado warning. Lindsay, Alex, Bradley, Aaron Springs, and Payne are in that tornado warning currently. Here, let me check something here real quick. Oh, they did a mesoscale discussion on this. Hold on a minute. Yeah, so this is a very interesting piece of information here. They just issued this mesoscale discussion strictly for Oklahoma City, Norman, and around the area here. It says thunderstorms that develop along and across the warm front will have the potential to produce damaging winds, severe hail, and tornadoes. That's not something we want to see. Yep. So this is interesting, guys. Here, listen to this. It says recent radar imagery shows ongoing supercell thunderstorm that is undergoing an updraft split. So we just watched that storm split. It says 20Z OUN sounding data and KTLX VAD data shows very strong low-level shear and streamwise vorticity that will favor the right split. So the storm that we're watching right now that's split, the right one, in an eastward storm motion along the warm front, resulting in increased tornado potential this afternoon and into this evening. A strong tornado is also possible with the right splitting supercell as it approaches crosses the I-35 corridor in the next 1 to 2 hours. Echo tops on the right split of the supercell have increased to 55K feet, suggesting rapid updraft intensification. Any additional thunderstorms that develop and interact with the warm front will be capable of all hazards. So as I mentioned prior to this mesoscale, right splitting supercells are not good. They cause tornadoes to happen, and this is a right splitting supercell. We watched this thing go from one thing. This is what it looked like about 45 minutes ago, and then it split. Left split causes hail, right split causes tornado. Basic meteorology 101. So even though there's only a 5% tornado risk in this area, this can cause a strong EF2 plus tornado to happen, regardless of what the risk zone says. That is basic meteorology 101. So this next tornado warning, when it gets issued, it will be for the I-35 corridor headed towards Wayne, Oklahoma. The warm front is literally sitting across OKC. Like, it's just to the north of it. I can actually show you where the warm front's sitting at. Hold on one second. Yeah, your warm front is draped. You can see exactly where it's at. So you got your dry line and you've got your warm front draped right along OKC. The boundary's just sitting right there. So any storms that fire off along that warm front are going to have the chance to produce very, very strong tornado potential. And we have 6,500 Cape in that environment. So the Cape is all there. Everything is there for tornado potential in and around OKC tonight. Or through the next couple of hours, I should say. So that's not a good signal. I honestly would have thought that they would have put an enhanced risk up here, but they never did. So it is what it is on that. But regardless of that. Oklahoma City, you guys are going to be in it for the next 3 days. So this is like day one. It gets worse as tomorrow gets here and as Monday gets here. We could be looking at a full-blown tornado outbreak across Oklahoma on Monday. So this is nothing. I hate saying that. I'm not seeing a lot of rotation with this, at least as of right now. So still keeping the storm at bay, which is good. Yes, if you're in Lindsay, Oklahoma, you need to be seeking shelter. You're under a tornado warning. Make sure you guys have alerts on your phones, please. That way you guys know when you get tornado warnings. It blows my mind how people don't know that they're in warnings. Okay. So we've got a new severe thunderstorm warning now that does include Oklahoma City here. We've got golf ball size hail and 50-mile-per-hour winds. So you guys are about to get hail in Mustang, Yukon, the Village, Oklahoma City, Piedmont, and Edmond. The good news is this storm is not tornadic right now. It's just the southern one, and this thing is expanding significantly in terms of size. And the fact that the storm is moving so slowly gives it a better chance at actually coming together here. Thing's nasty looking. Yeah, guys, for people in the DFW area, you do have a severe thunderstorm warning with 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds outside of you here. So right now, just a cluster of storms moving into the area. These are going to have the chance to produce some wind, some hail. There's a chance for a couple tornadoes in here, but right now I'm not seeing a signal here. Got some pretty significant damaging winds in Walnut Springs, Texas. But outside of that, though, you guys got within the next hour here, you'll have storms moving into your area. All modes are possible, but right now, currently, not anything tornadic from what I can see of just damaging winds and hail currently. So I'm keeping you guys updated. You're good down there, I promise. If anything crazy happens, we'll move back there. We got another storm that's developing here still in Durant and Caney and Atoka, Oklahoma. So we're going to keep an update on that as well. So we are watching. Okay. DFW, yeah, you guys are gonna have storms really the next 3 days, so it kind of gets worse in severity as it goes. Well, I wouldn't say worse. It's kind of consistent over the next couple days. We'll talk more about the next couple of days later on. Yeah, I'm not still seeing anything too significant with this storm other than the wind and the hail right now. Whatever rotation was on this tornado warned storm is not there anymore. They're gonna have to extend this severe thunderstorm warning here pretty soon. Yeah, 1.5-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds now on that storm. Yeah, we're not seeing any more rotation right now. They'll probably expire that tornado warning. They might issue a new one to extend out. We'll see. Thank you guys for all the follows, by the way. I do appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, so this cell specifically is going to be headed toward Purcell, Winnett, was that Kanoa? Or Kanawa, I believe is how you pronounce that. I guess y'all may have to help me with some of the pronunciations in here. I promise. I'm not the best. And then eventually this would head towards Allen, maybe Holdenville. Let's go east. It's going to go east-northeast about 15, 20 miles per hour. Check the echo tops again on this. Golly, huge echo tops. 67,000 feet echo tops. That is beyond impressive, guys. This thing is going to be wild in the next couple of hours. 67,000 feet. This is like one of the Storm Chaser's dream storms right here. Huge echo tops. Huge. I mean, these things are towers. Takes a lot of updraft potential to get a storm to go that high up. I mean, like if you're in this area and you step outside, out not in the tornado warning, outside the tornado warning. I mean, this thing's gonna be huge. Echo tops just show it's just the wording on how to show how tall a storm is. Katie, you'll be tonight. You'll be later on this evening. Damaging winds. No, guys, St. Louis is fine. St. Louis isn't gonna see severe weather until Tuesday. You guys are good. Yeah, I was going to say, lapse rates are very, very steep. Let me actually take a look at that again. I believe... Hold on a second. Let me find my lapse rates. Let's look at mid-level. Yeah, mid-level lapse rates are between 7 and 9 Celsius kilometers. Or kilometer, however you say that. Low-level lapse rates, pretty decent, 7. And then, yeah, I mean, we've got pretty good lapse rates. Let's look at that instability again. Let's look at our violent tornado parameters. Sheesh Louise. I am praying that this storm does not get going, guys. This is not a good look. These tornado parameters are violent. Violent tornado parameters. If we can keep this storm elevated, that would be great. Let me see if the next run here is showing this. Yeah, that's got this thing going east and becoming surface-based. We're going to have to watch this very, very closely. Northern storm is still coming into Mustang right now. Golf ball size hail there. We need to watch. This could start to do something potentially here soon. Not seeing a lot of rotation on that as of right now. We'll keep updated on that. Southern one is still going. They'll probably extend this warning. Yeah, so apparently we're getting reports of baseball-sized hail, guys, out of this storm now. Up here coming into OKC. So this is destructive hail, if that's true. Yeah, there it is. Destructive hail. So this is now basically a PDS severe thunderstorm warning. 2.75-inch hail coming into OKC. Y'all's cars need to be covered up. Hold on, guys. I got to make a phone call. Give me 2.5 seconds.
A new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued.
Sorry, guys. I had to make a phone call real quick. Okay. Where did that new warning come in a second ago? I think that was a... What was it that just came out a second ago? Yeah, baseball size hail right now in Mustang. I saw that. I just saw that. Yeah, it's a destructive hail warning in Mustang and west side of Oklahoma City. I thought we had a new tornado warning, but I guess not. Oh, that was a severe thunderstorm watch that came out. Okay. I'll get to that here in a second. Yeah, so we've got destructive baseball size hail now.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
And now a new tornado warning. Should be an extension, I think. Let me double check up here. Let's check. We got so many areas under threats today, so I'm like all over the place looking here. There it is. Yep, that's an extension. Yep, so this is going to be for Maysville, Wayne. We've got... Yeah, Maysville, Wayne, and Whitebead. Oklahoma here. So as expected, extended.
A new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued.
That's going to be for Arkansas, that new watch that just came in. Yeah, if you guys are in Maysville, Wayne, get to your safe place, please, immediately. Yeah, make sure you guys are in your safe places, please, please, please. Hold on, guys. Sorry, guys, I'm back. All right, once again, tornado warning, guys, here, moving east at 25 miles per hour. This is going to cross I-35 here in about 15 to 30-ish minutes here. We've got Maysville and Wayne in this tornado warning. Also still receiving baseball size hail here on the west side of OKC and into Mustang. This thing is cranking with hail. Not anything tornadic up here, but this is definitely a huge hail maker, so be mindful of your cars out if you were out in this, guys. No, there's not a tornado on the ground. No, this is a radar indicated warning, but this, guys, this could be something later on. We could be looking at an observed tornado potentially here soon. This is really starting to get itself together. This will be tracking east. So out in front of this here, we'll have Paul's Valley. What is that? Paoli, I'm going to pronounce that, I guess, hopefully right. Rosedale, Byers, Stratford, Gwinnett, and Asher. This will be out in front of this. Is it Paoli? Did I say? Okay, is it right? Paoli? Okay. I'm going to start trying to learn these pronunciations a little bit better. I'm not the best at it, guys. I am from Western Kentucky, so I might butcher it just a little bit. I'm also technically from North Carolina, so my accent might make it sound a little bit different, too. So once again, we are watching this, not observed. I keep wanting to say observed. We are watching this radar indicated tornado warning. Let's look at gate to gate shear if we've got anything on this. Yeah, it's still not super, super impressive in terms of rotation, but like I said, just enough to warn this. Yeah, we're starting to see some stronger rotation developing down here with this. Yeah, this is not a good sign you want to see, guys. Not a good sign. This could be a huge troublemaker here for East Central Oklahoma here very, very soon. Once again, if you guys are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you are seeing your severe thunderstorms are coming your direction currently right now. We've got wind and hail off to the west of you guys. Wind and hail. Not looking at anything tornadic right now. Just mostly wind and hail to the south of you guys. This is a nasty storm. So this will be south. This is going to stay south of OKC, which is good news. OKC is getting pounded with hail, but in terms of the tornadic supercell, this one's going east. So we'll have potentially Stratford, Ada. We've got, was that Binge or Binge, I'm going to guess. Allen next. So just kind of looking east. This would be kind of headed towards McAllister area, so eastern Oklahoma. Coarsely where we have no radar coverage at. I'm watching the cell still developing down here too in Caney and Atoka as well. So. Yeah, that's destructive hail up there in that. Let's go back and look at velocity here. Yeah, OKC is getting hail right now. Nothing tornadic. Okay, so it is being... Okay, all right. Thank you guys for that. I appreciate that in the chat. Outside of DFW right now, 1-inch hail. Yeah, I don't like this, guys. Beautiful hook echo developing though. If you are in Maysville, you've got to be in your safe place now. You got to be. This is getting ready to come. I mean, it's coming into your backyard right now. The good news is it's not on the ground. It's still radar indicated, so we are still holding on to hope right now, guys. Yep, so this is moving east at 25 miles per hour currently. Let me take a look at these echo tops again. Golly. Yeah, it's a very impressive storm, though, in terms of from a meteorological perspective. Yep, hey, it's really, this is really trying. This is not good. So, I mean, right now it's not observed, but this could be observed at any point. We've seen some crazy things happen in Oklahoma City. You guys know that if you're not Oklahoma City, but in Oklahoma, if you guys know that if you're in Oklahoma. These right splitting supercells cause problems. Big problems. Let me go back and look at gate to gate shear here. Yep, it's definitely trying. Right there is where your strongest rotation is at. Remember, this is south of Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City's getting hail out of that storm up there to the north, but right now this is the south of Oklahoma City. This is going east. So Maysville's where we're getting this at right now. This can easily change to observed at any point, guys. So regardless, you need to be in your safe place. Yeah, no, the hook is gorgeous. It sucks though. It's beautiful from a meteorological perspective. Textbook classic supercell, but it's not good. Very, very strong outflow winds with this too. Very strong. Yep. So once again, Oklahoma City, you're about done with your storm. That hailstorm's moving up north. So we've got Edmond, Piedmont. You're going to be getting baseball size hail pretty soon and 50-mile-per-hour winds. So this severe thunderstorm running up to the north is driven off of hail. Yep. So yeah, my OKC peeps getting baseball size hail right now. At least the west side. Make sure you guys share the live stream out. If you got any friends, family that live in these areas, let them know what's going on. Yeah, it's just continuing to look worse. You can see where that rotation is at right there. It's just south of Maysville. So this is going to cross Interstate 35. This looks like it's going to head either towards Pauls Valley or Paoli. Not seeing a CC as of now, though, either still, which is good. Yeah, as I say, Maysville's getting hail. Wayne's getting hail. Where the tornado's going to be at, guys, tornado is always going to be on that hook. If there is a hook, that's where it's going to be at. That's southern side of the storm. This is a classic textbook supercell. I mean, this thing is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. This is a storm chaser's dream storm to chase right here. You got a beautiful structured base up here where your hail and your wind is at, and then your tornado is always going to be on the southern end of where that supercell is at. So once again, if you're out in front of this, guys, Pauls Valley, Paoli, Rosedale, Stratford, and Byers, you guys are going to be next if that tornado warning gets extended, which it more than likely will. This storm is very, very close to potentially being producing. So we could be looking at a confirmed tornado here pretty soon. Got some pretty strong inflow winds feeding into this. I mean, decent amount of outflow. That is what we're looking for right there. It's where your rotation is at. So just southeast of Maysville, Oklahoma. Not the puzzle piece. Yeah, once that storm clears out of OKC up north there, you guys should be good for a little bit. This is going to stay in eastern Oklahoma, south of OKC. You guys should be good. Yeah, this is going to cross 35 here in just a minute. So the people that are on the road are this is not good. If we get a tornado crossing Interstate 35 just outside of Oklahoma City, it's kind of worst case scenario. It's also rush hour too. Everybody's coming home. No, I already looked for cameras. They don't have any cameras on the network that's in this area. It's all north of that. Yeah, I say, Brittany, you guys got some hail up there for sure. We glad you're not getting this. This is just south of you guys. This is a right split supercell. Like I said, the environment out in front of this thing could just go. This thing has full reign of the environment. It is a tornado environment out in front of this storm. I mean, this is worst case scenario for this storm. I mean, we could easily have a strong tornado ripping through eastern Oklahoma within the next couple of hours.
A new tornado warning has been
Yeah,
issued.
there's the extension. That should be the extension there. This is so close to being confirmed. So close. So close. Yep, radar indicated. So now we're going southeast. So this storm is now kind of headed southeast. So Winewood, Pauls Valley, Paoli, you guys need to get to your safe places immediately. This is a dangerous, dangerous storm. Dangerous tornadic storm here, headed southeast. So this is going to cross Interstate 35. This tornado could be on the ground, guys, at any minute. This has got very, very strong rotation on it now. Yeah, Wynnewood. Yeah, Wynnewood, Pauls Valley, and Paoli. If you're driving, I would pull off on the side of the road. I would get somewhere safe. This is a nasty, nasty supercell. Could be producing a strong tornado at any point. Yeah, there's no cameras. I looked on the OKC Transportation Network. There's no cameras that I can get a hold of that are in this area. It's all outside of this region. So I wish there was, or we'd be looking at it, guys. I already tried to find something. There wasn't anything. That gate to get cheers really coming to get on this. God, this thing is huge. Oh my goodness. Huge, huge storm. Did we get any meso skills on this? I guess no more meso skills. Okay. I was wondering if we got a meso skill on this. So this is going to potentially go southeast now. East-southeast. What a impressive storm. Oklahoma, you guys get some photogenic storms. I'm telling you. I'm pretty sure this is pretty much very, very close to being on the ground. If there's a tornado, this is where it's going to be at. It's going to be right on that hook echo. Hell, he says I'll go chase the storm. Yep, so Garvin and Murray County is in that tornado warning. Make sure you guys are in your safe place. Somerset, Kentucky, you guys are not going to see anything again until Tuesday. You guys are good over there. Thoughts and prayers go out to anybody that's in chat that's from Somerset, Kentucky. Huge fatalities over there right now from yesterday's storms. Thoughts and prayers for you guys. Yep, so Paul's Valley and Wynnewood, you guys are what we're watching. And really, Paul's Valley is where this is headed to right now. They've got this warning box draped southeast, so I still could see this potentially headed more eastward. We're not looking at a confirmed tornado right now, but could be at any point. So you need to be seeking shelter, guys, if you're in this tornado warning. Paul's Valley, Wynnewood, and Paoli. So this is going to be, if there is a tornado in progress, this is where it's going to be at. It's getting right across Interstate 35. Yeah, I was going to say the echo tops on this thing are impressive as hell. 55, yeah, 55K plus. At one point, it was showing 67 a little bit ago. The storm that was up in Oklahoma City, guys, is now moving out of the area up there. So we're Oklahoma City. That storm kind of fell apart, which is good news. This is the only storm that we are watching right now that is in Oklahoma that's tornadic. Just watching to see if we're going to get any debris that pops up. Yeah, very, very strong. Look at these rotation signals here. Very strong rotation developing here with this. This is not a good sign if you live in Paul's Valley. If you're in Paul's Valley, you need to be seeking shelter, guys. This tornado is going to be coming right at you if this does go observed. Yeah, I'm watching one of the storm chasers on my phone that's down in this area to kind of see if once this gets observed or not. That way I can let you guys know. Very, very close. Yeah, Allie, there still could be a couple more. What are we looking at inflow winds with this? Sheesh, 52 in and about 40 out. It's impressive. Very impressive. Yeah, this could be on the ground at any point. Yeah, guys, Storm Chaser Nathan Moore. I think he's live on YouTube. He's on this storm. He's just on the south side of where this hook's at. I'm watching him on Radar Omega. So he's got his feed up if you guys are interested. It's just Nathan Moore on YouTube. I can't show his stream because I don't have permission to show his stream, but if y'all are interested, that's who's on this storm. So once again, guys, tornadic storm here headed into Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. If you're in this area, please be in your safe place. You got about 5 minutes before this gets in there. Yep. Yeah, this is a nasty velocity scan. Yeah, if you're in Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, you have got to be in your safe place, please. People coming into the chat that are in this tornado warning, guys, please be seeking shelter. Is News 9 not covering this at all? Steph, are they covering this? They should be. I was gonna say, they should be covering this. I think they would be. This is insane velocity. Insane. Okay, good. As long as y'all's local news station is covering this, that's good. I just saw the News 9 storm chasing vehicle in his stream, too, just pass by, so that's actually funny. Yeah, they're on this. I can tell that they are. Yeah, that looks like a debris signature potentially now. Oh, I love David Payne. I have mad respect for that man. He's freaking awesome. Looks like there might actually be a potential small debris signature. I'm going to wait until this officially gets observed because I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, this might be observed. This might be observed now. Yeah, if you guys are in Paul's Valley, we could be looking at an observed tornado coming right into your area. Yeah, this should be confirmed. Yeah, Paley, you're gonna be in the hail core here. If this tornado is on the ground, if it is, it's coming towards Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. I mean, it's going right towards you guys. Nathan Moore is the storm chaser that I'm watching on my phone. They're going to end up extending this warning out next, too. So if you're out in front of this warning, guys, if you're in Stratford, Roth, or headed towards, I would even say, where we got in between here. We've got Fitzhugh. These will be the areas out next. Maybe even Ada gets put in the warning. Well, yeah, we think to watch Ada, too. I'm going to go back and look at this and see if we've got anything on here. Yeah, I'm not seeing that it's confirmed right now, so that's still good. That's clean air in the middle there, so that's definitely not a CC, but the rotation is definitely there. Does Reed have it? Let me see. It's so difficult when we don't have cameras. Let me see. Regardless of if it's on the ground or not, you guys need to be in your safe places. It's always hard to dictate if these tornadoes are actually doing damage if there's not a condensation funnel that shows. Yep, it is on the ground. It's confirmed. Yep, there it is. I can see it now. So yeah, this is a confirmed tornado now. Yep. There it is.
New information. This tornado warning has been upgraded.
Yep, so confirmed tornado now headed towards Pauls Valley. Damn. If you were in Pauls Valley, you've got to be in your safe place, guys. This is a tornado on the ground doing damage. Huge condensation funnel, too, on Nathan's screen. I know Reed's in there, too. Yep, so once again, Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, guys. This next is going to be, if you're in Stratford, Oklahoma, Highway 19 East and 177, Stratford, Oklahoma, is going to be next with this. This is a huge supercell. Yeah, this is now east of I-35, yes. Yep. So once again, guys, this is a observed tornado on the ground, guys, doing damage here, coming into just north here of Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. This looks like it's going to ride I-19 east towards Stratford potentially now. Pauls Valley might hopefully will get lucky with this. Yeah, look at that couplet. Look at that couplet right there. That is your tornado right there. Just crossed Interstate 35 east. Yeah, I was gonna say it does look like it is rain wrapped now. When you start to see that hook becomes closer to where your rain is at, or where your hail shaft is at there, this typically indicates it's going to be rain wrapped at that point. Yep, and you can see where that CC is at. So once again, if you were coming in stream, guys, and you were in Pauls Valley, Paoli, and a White Bead, Oklahoma, this is Garvin County and Murray County. You need to be in your safe place. This is a tornado on the ground doing damage. Oh, Allie, I just saw your comment. That's exciting. Let's go. Elizabeth, I'll be watching out for you. You're good. You're good. So this is now moving east at 29 miles per hour. This thing might be recycling here in a few minutes. When you start to see that hook get a little bit wonky, we could see some recycling. I'm already starting to lose that velocity, so this was a brief tornado. Definitely rain wrapped, though. Definitely rain wrapped. Look how big just the general base of your supercell is. This thing is huge. Huge, huge supercell. The storm that just went through Oklahoma City is basically gone. It fell apart. So that's as expected. I told y'all that northern storm would more than likely fall apart. This is the only tornado warnings that we have currently across the whole entire United States. This is what we're going to stay at. I'll go down to DFW once if anything gets crazy down there. Currently, right now, nothing in DFW, just some wind, some small hail, and some rain. So yeah, this tornado is confirmed, guys. This is a radar confirmed tornado as well as observed from storm spotters. They're going to have to get an extension on this tornado warning here soon. So Stratford, get ready to get to your safe place. Ada or Ada, however you say that there, get ready to also get to your safe place. That warning should extend east. I'm trying to get you guys ready to go out in front of this. Please, if there is anything that anybody learned after yesterday's tornadoes in the lower Ohio Valley, please respect the polygon. There is no reason whatsoever you should be outside your front porch watching these storms as they come in, especially if they are tornado warned. Is it Ada? Okay, sorry guys on that. Ada, Oklahoma. I'm so bad at these pronunciations, guys. It's embarrassing. I'm so sorry. As long as you guys know what I'm talking about, we should be good. Yeah, whatever just happened, we just lost. It's definitely, I don't think it's on the ground anymore. I'm going to wait until this warning goes back to radar indicated, but whatever was here, it looks like it's lifted. Looks like we might be getting ready to watch a recycle happen. I'm going to wait until that warning officially changes. This definitely still could be on the ground, though. I'm not seeing a correlation anymore. What is a recycle? So when a storm recycles, when you have discrete supercells like we have today that are producing this tornadoes, it's basically the tornado will lift, it'll undergo rapid intensification again, and it'll basically drop another tornado. It could be bigger, it could be smaller, just depends, but it undergoes, basically it's based off of outflow dominance. Storms will produce outflow winds, they'll recycle, they'll drop a tornado, they'll recycle, and then they'll drop a tornado, and then they'll recycle. Yeah, I'm not seeing a signal for strong rotation anymore. Whatever was there is gone. So this may be lifted. Yeah, this is so impressive. Yeah, it's lifted. It's no longer on the ground. Thank you guys for the gifts, by the way. I do appreciate it. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the likes. So, hopefully this will stay lifted. The hail inside this supercell is continuing to increase. Stratford, Bing, Ada, you guys are about to get some significantly large hail pretty soon here. So this supercell will continue to track east here. So we'll have Ada, Bing, Allen, and then eventually this would head towards potentially McAllister, at least as of right now. We're going to watch it. We do have a pretty significant severe thunderstorm warning down here, just north of Weatherford, Texas. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Excuse me. That storm is massive. DFW, you might get lucky again today. We'll see. Got a lot of rain in the area here. Got a severe thunderstorm warning in Cleburne and Hillsborough for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Nothing crazy. Right now, I'm not impressed with the setup down here, so that is good. I do want to watch this supercell, though, that's in Bridgeport and Mineral Wells, Texas, because if this does go north, we could start to get rotation on it, maybe even a tornado downstream, so we'll keep an eye on that. But currently, this is our focus right now. Just getting some rain in Fort Worth. Yeah. I was going to say, you guys in Fort Worth are just getting some rain right now.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Okay, so that's good news. Not good news, but good news. Radar indicated tornado warning now is expected for Stratford, Oklahoma. This tornado is no longer on the ground, so that did just confirm that. This is now back to radar indicated. But regardless of that, you need to still be in your safe place if you're in Stratford, Oklahoma. Stratford, Byers, and Vanos. This will be headed towards Ada next. I know a lot of you guys have questions on other locations. Once this storm stops producing tornado warnings, I'll be able to talk about everything else in general. I do want to let my Oklahoma people know. For my people that are in Oklahoma, if your news station hasn't talked about this, they probably will. I'm pretty sure they have already. You guys are under the gun for potentially a significant tornado outbreak both tomorrow and on Monday across the state of Oklahoma. That is not anything that should be taken lightly. It is very much on the table, a significant outbreak, especially on Monday. It is all over social media. If you guys don't follow anybody else on social media that's weather related. So hopefully we can dodge some bullets today, but tomorrow and Monday look a lot worse. And I'm going to talk about that here in just a little bit. The good news is you guys will have me covering today, tomorrow, on Monday, and next Tuesday. We're going to be here to cover everything. Christy with the freaking dragon crown. I appreciate the gift there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys don't have to gift either. I do appreciate it. This is a free public thing here for you guys. I'm here to keep you guys safe, to keep you guys weather aware. That is the goal. We are here to save lives and educate you guys about the weather. Yeah, guys, I'm in Western Kentucky, by the way, for anybody that does not know. We dodged a huge tornado yesterday in our county. We got very, very lucky yesterday. We could have had our city completely wiped off the map yesterday, but it did not happen. It was very, very close to us. If you were in the state of Kentucky, in Missouri, in Tennessee, in northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, we are expecting another severe weather outbreak on Tuesday, and it's going to be a lot of the same areas: Somerset, Kentucky, London. I know you guys don't want to hear this if you're in that area. We're expecting another outbreak again on Tuesday for you guys as this system progresses eastward through next week. So we're going to be live covering all 4 days in a row here. We're going to be keeping you guys safe. I'll have video updates every single morning on everything. We're going to be here in full force. The team and I are going to be here keeping you guys safe. So I promise we got you guys covered. So, like I said, guys, I always tell my chat this. For anybody that's new that doesn't know this, I am not a degreed meteorologist. I'm a meteorology student, weather enthusiast, whatever you want to call me, whatever works for y'all. I do live severe weather coverage for all of the United States, all 50 states. Whenever there's weather going on, we cover it, we talk about it. This is basically my full-time job. I just don't get paid for it, which I don't really care about. I don't care about that crap. I've wanted to do this since I was basically a kid. So one of these days I might be a degreed meteorologist when school gets finished up. We're here to keep you guys safe. So we got a lot of meteorologists and a lot of storm chasers that come in stream anyways that watch. So highly respected in a lot of areas. Update on this tornado warning. Like I said, radar indicated warning here. This expires at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. The fact that it's almost 6 o'clock already is crazy. I feel like we're losing track of time. Damn. It really is almost 6 o'clock. We've already been live for 2 hours. That's crazy too. This will continue to head east here. This is the only tornadic supercell. So currently right now, this is it. Outside of that, though, we got a little storm that's been trying down here near Atoka and Durant. Hasn't been able to get to severe potential yet. Got a couple severe thunderstorm warnings still outside of Dallas going east. Corsicana. You guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning for 1 inch. You got some wind getting ready to come through down here. Hillsboro, Waco, Mexia, and Corsicana, you guys have a severe thunderstorm warning there. So just be mindful of that there. 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. We're going to stay on this storm here in Oklahoma until this tornado warning or tornado storm goes away. But right now, this thing just continues to grow in size. It is huge. Yep, I got you, Dad. I got you. I will. Let's go back and look at velocity on this thing. Yeah, there's not much left. They probably will end up dropping this tornado warning after this expires. I don't see much with this. Whatever rotation was on this is no longer there. All right. There needs to be protocol. I agree, Jesse. I do. I do. Pam, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. KZ also, guys, thank you for the gifts. Pam, thank you. You did not have to do that. You guys don't have to gift. It's okay. I promise. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the gifts. So once again, radar indicated tornado warning. This is not as impressive as it was a little bit ago. Could be recycling. We're going to keep watching it. Right now, though, the main threats are going to be the wind and the hail with this. Still got some little bit of rotation on it, but this is not as impressive as it was a few minutes ago. KZ with the Galaxy. I appreciate you guys. Y'all don't have to do the gifts. I appreciate it. Mandy with the finger hearts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, if you guys are new to the stream, I do appreciate y'all. Like I said, my best thing here is trying to give y'all severe weather coverage. We are going to be full force for anybody that lives along the East Coast and in the Gulf. We've got hurricane season coverage as well this year. This will be year 2 of hurricane season coverage. So we'll have that as well this year. We cover everything all year long. So I basically sit in this chair about 15 to 20 hours of the day and forecast weather. So I don't do nothing else with my life other than be a dad to 2 kids and be a great girlfriend, be a great boyfriend to Roro. I about said girlfriend. I'm not a girl, I promise. I'm going to run to the bathroom, guys. I'll be back here in just a second. I'm going to keep it on this storm. I'll be right back.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
All right, I heard we got a new tornado warning. Where's that at? Oh, they finally got the other one going here. So we got a new tornado warning. This is going to be really hard to see because we don't have a radar in this area. This is going to be for Caney, yeah, this is going to be south of Tushka here, south of Atoka, Caney, Oklahoma. It's just really, really hard to see. There's no radar coverage, so I'm not able to physically show that. And it also does look like this storm might be recycling again back in Stratford, Oklahoma. A little bit concerning here with this. Don't like this. It's got a 1-inch hill 60-mile marker on it. 60-mile-an-hour wind marker. Let me see if the DFW area radar shows it. This is why we need more radar coverages. Not good. Not good at all. I don't like to see that. So that storm is going to be headed east towards Antlers. Hold on, guys. 1 second here. I'm dealing with something real quick. Okay. Thank you guys for the follows. I do appreciate it very, very much. Thank you guys for the gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All the gifts, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. By the way, guys, I've literally said this for, I think, 2 weeks now, and every single time I try to plan this, it doesn't happen because severe weather happens. Once we get through this big swath of severe weather, after next Tuesday, next week Tuesday, I'm going to try and do a live stream where we can talk about how to read weather radar, how to look at models, just kind of talk in general, how to understand different fundamentals of weather, before I go on vacation. Me and Rochelle are going to be going on vacation the last week of May, so you guys will not see me with any videos. You won't see any live streams between May 29th and June 1st, so just be mindful of that. If you guys want weather updates, you guys can follow Connor's Climate Corner on TikTok. Most of y'all know him. For anybody that does not know him, he's basically my brother, a little bit bigger than me, in terms of like following and all of that. Dude's freaking awesome, knows his shit. Give him some love. He'll be the person to watch if there's any severe weather, in terms of anything going on with the last week of May. But I will be gone from this platform, both on both on the 29th, the 30th through the 1st. So yeah, just be mindful of that. If there's any severe weather, there could be some severe weather that week. So what's an isolated tornado when yeah, so yeah, an isolated tornado threat means that discrete cells, like the coverage of the storms is very, very, like, it's very, very small, so you don't get a lot of cells in an isolated area, but meaning that if a storm rotates or becomes surface-based, it can produce an isolated tornado. It's just basically very, very small chance that there being a tornado, but it's over an isolated area. So if that kind of helps make any sense there with that. Also as well, what am I using the Tractus? I'm using the software. It's WSV3. It's only for PCs. And then in terms of like a tornado, when people say that there's a 2-mile wide tornado on the ground, usually that's not good, but it is literal. If you hear somebody say there is a mile wide or 2 miles wide tornado on the ground, that is legitimate verbatim what that means. It's not emphasized like sarcastically, it's legit. We actually had a 1.5 mile wide tornado go through portions of eastern Missouri yesterday. We had one in St. Louis. By the way, for anybody that does not know, the tornado that went through downtown St. Louis yesterday was rated an EF3, which is significant. That's probably their first big tornado they've had in quite some time. If you guys have not seen pictures, they are also Somerset and London, Oklahoma, Somerset and London, Kentucky. We are waiting on your tornado rating. That could probably be by tomorrow. I also saw an EF3 outside of Paducah in the Sikeston, Missouri area. So those are some of the ratings that are coming in. I'm kind of waiting for some more to come in from the National Weather Service offices, and see what they say. But yes, so far significant tornadoes yesterday. Yesterday is being considered as a significant tornado outbreak across the Lower Ohio Valley, and I'm pretty sure we talked about that happening about 5 days prior to that. So I hope that my warnings and my videos got y'all ready to go for yesterday's event. If y'all have not watched today's video, I did my forecast video about 3 hours ago. It talks about today, it talks about tomorrow, it talks about Monday, and it talks about Tuesday. We are going to have a significant chance at seeing a tornado outbreak tomorrow, a significant, potentially historic, maybe tornado outbreak on Monday, and then back again in Kentucky, Tennessee, maybe another significant severe weather outbreak on Tuesday before this system is officially done and we start to enter more of a lower end significant weather period. Hopefully. But we got 4 more days to get through of this craziness. So it's May, guys. That's all I have to say. So, as I was saying, though, tornado warning still here. We got this out until about 6:30 p.m. Central Time here. Caney, be in your safe place. I can't see what this looks like in terms of like the other storm up north because the radar coverage is so low. But if you're in this warning, be in your safe place. Moving east at 14 miles per hour, headed towards Antlers, Oklahoma. That's where we're at right now with this. And then we've got that tornado warning that's still up here in the Pauls Valley, Stratford area. This still does not look... Yeah, they're going to drop this warning once this expires here at 6:30. At least they should. I'm not seeing any rotation on this anymore, which is good news. Let me check if we've got any type of updates on the models here. Yeah, guys, so Oklahoma City, you're not done yet. So I want y'all to see this. This is the forecast, the future model run here, our Triple HR model. Kind of gives us the best idea of what's going to happen. You can see where that storm is at in Oklahoma. You can see the one here. We are going to get more convection off to the west here in the next couple of hours. So OKC, you guys are not done yet. As I mentioned, a pretty big explosion of supercells get going here between about 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. tonight. And those could track east there, clusters of storms. I think by the time we get closer to midnight, this is mostly going to be general rain and wind. Texas, your storm threat's going to start to diminish as the evening progresses as well. So today was more of what I call a conditional day for severe weather in terms of the wind, the hail, the tornado threat. We're not really seeing a lot of these cells be able to mature down south, and that could be due to too much instability, a lot of different factors. So we'll see how this progresses over the next couple of hours here and kind of see what we get. Here's a new model run coming in as well. So, Katie, just be mindful the next 2 to 3 hours as well here. I'm going to talk about tomorrow and Monday once we start to get tornado warn free. So, yeah, Ardmore's been in a tornado watch for about 2 hours now. So, 3 hours now, I should say. So, yeah, you guys have been in that watch for quite some time. So, we're going to see what happens here. Then again, too, the models can sometimes be a little bit off in terms of setups as well. So, just something to kind of mention there. Just looking at these other storms. So those are our 2 tornado warnings right now. Once again, we got Caney, Oklahoma, and then the Pauls Valley and Stratford storm in Oklahoma. So Denton, Texas currently right now. Let's check the DFW area here. Denton, you guys are getting some rain. Yeah, rain and thunderstorms. This is really not an impressive storm system down here in Texas right now. Very, 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 very messy. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. But Denton, yeah, you're getting some rain and some wind. Any hail chances for Texas? Always. Denton, Texas, you guys have a chance of some hail. Yes. Also, guys, I just want to say one thing for anybody that did not watch my little, I guess, rant or rage video. Connor also did one too last night and today as well as needed. I typically try to stick to posting videos about forecasting, but when stuff like last night happened in Kentucky where we get tornadoes that potentially, could be warned differently or any of that stuff, I only speak up about things that need to be spoke up. I do appreciate if you guys have watched that video. I've seen nothing but really good comments on that video. I appreciate you guys for not being buttholes and jerks. Connor's received a lot of hate on his video talking about the same thing that I mentioned this morning. So I appreciate y'all for being nice in the comment section. I've not seen anything ridiculously crazy. I know it's social media and people can be jerks, but I appreciate y'all for being nice very, very much. Me and Connor are both going to tell you guys how it is. We are not afraid to speak up about things, and if something happens in the weather world that's not okay or that's not done right, we're gonna say something about it. And in a couple of days when we don't have severe weather going on, I'll get on a live stream and we can talk and kind of reevaluate what happens over the next couple of days. But yeah, I'm not afraid to speak about things if they need to be spoke about. Not everybody's gonna agree with me, I know that, but when things need to be said, they'll be said. Yeah, McAllister, you guys have this storm to the west of you. We're watching it. Right now, both storms are still tornadic, not really tornadic. The southern one, I can't really see what it looks like in terms of its full identity here because the radar's split right down the middle here, so it's really impossible to see. But we're watching both storms. Yep, I'm very, very happy that I met Connor. I met Connor randomly scrolling on TikTok about 7-8 months ago. And then I was like, hey, you want to be part of my weather team? And then we just basically became brothers. He's freaking awesome. If you guys don't follow Connor on YouTube or here on TikTok and on YouTube, make sure y'all do that. Connor's Climate Corner. Dude's awesome. I swear we can't disagree on anything too. It's crazy. Like we legitimately cannot disagree on anything. I don't think I've ever had an issue where I've not agreed with him on something weather related. He's so funny. He brings out, if you guys don't know, if you guys watch his streams, he has a pointer finger, right? He sent me and Rochelle 3 pointer fingers through the mail that he bought. So I have one too. So I do have a pointer finger. You guys, if you watch his streams, you know, but I do have a pointer finger as well. I have 2 pointer fingers. So, just saying. I do have them. Alabama tomorrow. Yeah, you guys have a marginal risk tomorrow. So Alabama, Mississippi, you guys are going to be good, but we are watching northern Alabama, central Alabama, northern Mississippi, and central Mississippi for significant severe weather on Tuesday. As of right now, that would be your guys' threat on Tuesday. So tomorrow's significant severe weather event is going to be quite interesting as well as Monday. I'm going to be waiting for. I'm going to see. Do we have any extra? Do we get any model runs in for tomorrow yet? Oh, this is not something you want. Excuse me. This is not something you want to see. This is projected to come through Oklahoma City in about 3 hours. So, like I said, I want you guys to understand something. When we look at model runs, especially on the day of an event or prior to an event happening, models are going to change so consistently. Like the HER model, this model that we look at here, this is what I use a lot in terms of my forecasting. Yesterday it did pretty decent with the severe weather risk in the lower Ohio Valley. Had some flaws to it, but these change every hour. So this is why I always tell people when you look at weather models, or if you watch somebody that does weather that talks about this kind of stuff, just keep in mind. I like to do my forecast off of parameter spaces. Basically, if the atmosphere is showing there's a chance for tornadoes or strong tornadoes or significant wind or hail, we basically go off of mesoscale features. That's what I do. I don't base my forecast runs off of what models show because models change so much. So we have to go based off of what the atmosphere is giving us, kind of what it's conditional for, all that stuff, etc. So just telling you guys, like, this is the model run on the HER that's coming in right now. This was the model run that came in an hour ago. Look at the difference. So it had a cluster of storms coming in OKC at 11 p.m. And now the 22Z that's coming in now has one cell just coming through OKC at 11 p.m. So you guys see what I'm saying? The weather world is so tricky to forecast, especially with certain setups like this. So that's why I'm telling you guys, you're never going to be able to get the weather right. That's why I get criticized by so many people. They're like, oh, you're a meteorologist, or you're going to be a meteorologist, you get paid to lie about the weather. That's not how that works. Like, the weather is a difficult thing to forecast. There's so many things that go into forecasting in meteorology, and you're never going to get it right. You can try your best every single time, but something's always going to change. Something's going to get thrown at you last minute. And that's just the atmosphere for you. The atmosphere is a very unknown thing in the world that we live in. So crazy things. So, like I said, this tornado warning should expire. I don't know if we'll get another one. Let's look at rotation on this storm. Actually, the rotation is slightly coming back here, so they may extend this. So, if you were in Ada, Oklahoma, I would be getting ready to get to my safe place. That's a bathroom. That's a closet. That's a storm shelter here. If you were in Ada or Bing, Oklahoma, I would be getting ready to get to my safe place just in case that tornado warning does get issued here. Not time to freak out. It's not on the ground, but just be mindful. Get ready to get to your safe place if you're in that area. Okay. So yeah, like I said, right now, currently, this tornado is not on the ground, which is good news. We are starting to see the signs for some stronger rotation here, so this could be doing some interesting things here. Once again, we're not really seeing a hook echo shape feature this time, so this might be potentially rain wrapped if there is anything in progress here. Gotta look at our gate to gate shear. Yeah, this is going to be rain wrapped. This is a little bit interesting. This is why I always tell you guys too. There's not always going to be a hook that shows when there's a tornado happening. So yeah, there's not always going to be a hook. Sierra, what's up? Nana, yeah, if you're in that area, please be getting ready to get to your safe place. I expect a new tornado warning to be issued for Ada here pretty soon. Looks like it's going to attempt again to potentially try. And then we still have that tornado warning down here towards Caney. This is going to head east towards Antlers and Rat in Oklahoma if it gets continued. Yeah, and down in Texas, we've just got some wind. We've got some hail. Nothing crazy down in Texas right now in terms of like tornadic-wise. Alabama tomorrow, you guys got a conditional risk for some wind and for some hail. Nothing too crazy. Your tornado threat goes up depending on where you're at on Tuesday, and we'll talk more about that later. I'm trying to convince Connor, guys, to just quit his full-time job and do weather full-time, but it's harder to say than done. You got to make sure he makes enough income to support his family too as well. So I know he wants to do it full-time, and I'm trying to get him there, but he's not quite there yet. We love Connor though. He's awesome. We love him. Could definitely see us in the future tag teaming live streams and doing stuff. There's big visions. We both have really big goals with our streams and our platforms and how we want to do this, and we definitely have very, very big potential down the road to do some crazy things. Crazy things. All right. So once again, the only two tornado warnings we have right now is, oh, they dropped the one in Caney. So no longer a tornado warning in Caney. So that's good. So we just have this one tornado warning here in Stratford, Oklahoma currently. I'm going to take a look at those mesoscale features again and look at the HER and see what it's doing. Yeah, tonight's threat shouldn't be too big of a deal. I'm not seeing a big uptrend in coverage for storm coverage anyways right now. So that's a good thing to see. Shouldn't be too crazy tonight. So I think today was more of a conditional day in terms of severe weather. Still definitely could get a couple storms out there. Got lots of instability. What I'm noticing too is the environment is kind of starting to cap out a little bit as well here because of the storms that have been in this area. So we may not get anything else in central Texas tonight with that atmosphere being capped. If we get anything, it's going to be out in front of that warm front here in central Oklahoma and southern Oklahoma. Just looking at the mesoscale or meso analysis here. What are dew points? Yeah, temps have definitely cooled off a little bit. We got 70s now up here in OKC around that area. Yeah, 70s. Instead, there were 80s earlier. We got some 90s down here along the Red River. So if any storms can fire off along the Red River here too, could be an issue. I will answer this question one time. What do I think about chemtrails? They don't exist. I am not a believer in weather modification or any of that stuff. And I can have a live stream on that one day and we can have a debate about that. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, it is not a thing. Any other meteorologist that you ask if that is a thing, that is not a thing. They will shut that down in a heartbeat. I have been asked that so many times, and I'm not trying to be rude when I say that, but it's not a thing. It's made a thing and it's not. Cloud seeding to an extent is a thing, but this whole idea that the government controls our weather is, come on guys, be down to earth for a minute. Be down to earth for a minute. That's not a thing. Our world is crazy, but that is not something that is a thing right now. Yeah, politics has gotten so involved in weather these days, and it's wild. It's so crazy. Shouldn't be a thing. I remember growing up as a kid, none of this was ever a thing. I've always wanted to be a meteorologist growing up. All right. So we'll see if this tornado warning gets extended. I've still got some pretty decent rotation here in Stratford. This is such a slow moving storm. Like, it is moving east at 22 miles per hour. Whenever I see comments about that, it makes me mad. Yeah, like I said, guys, I am currently in meteorology school, and I've got so many friends that are degreed already or halfway degreed, and there has never been a discussion at all whatsoever when you were going through meteorology school about any type of weather modification. Like I said, the world that we live in right now is so crazy, and people will believe anything they can believe to make something make sense. Like, people said, I've seen comments in other people's videos that have posted about the tornado damage in Kentucky yesterday saying, oh, like, you know, like the government spawns these tornadoes and stuff like that. Like, can we, like I said, can we be down to earth? Like, no. Weather happens in sequences. Climate happens in sequences, and we have weather patterns every single year this time of the year that produce significant tornado outbreaks, that produce significant severe weather outbreaks. It happens every single year on a regular basis. It's like I said, we'll have a more sit down conversation. I love to debate about it. Like I'm not trying to knock anybody's opinion, like respect to anybody's opinion out there, like I said. But on a day when we don't have weather coverage, I love to have a live stream and just have people come up that believe stuff like that, have them explain it to me. But I have had so many conversations with other Mets, and not once have I ever heard somebody try and tell me that that is legit. And I've got friends, guys. I'm close with people that have been meteorologists for many, many, many years. Like I said, people will grab onto anything that they can to find an answer for something, and it's insane. Like, I try to respect every single person's opinions, but like I said, when you're in the field studying it and you've been doing it for a while and you understand the basics behind everything, you'll get it. Major weather events, like I said, happen all the time, all the time. All right, yeah. So we still got some pretty strong rotation here in Stratford, continuing to go east still. Oh. Guys, I will say too, if you come in stream and you try to say anything crazy, you'll get muted. We try to keep false information out of streams. I don't like people to be misled. There's a lot of people that get misled on this platform. It's not fun. I tell my chat this all the time too. For any of y'all that do watch or continue to watch us stream, wait till hurricane season gets here, guys. I'm telling y'all right now, the conspiracy theorists and the crazy people really come out during hurricane season. Everybody thinks when a hurricane hits Florida or when a hurricane hits the United States that it is controlled by people. It's so crazy to me. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. It cracks me up every single time. I used to get really, really upset when I heard stuff like that, when I see people that would try to say it, but it's funny to me at this point. Yep. Oh yeah. I had somebody try and tell me that Hurricane Helene was steered by somebody on a radar operating system. Not even joking when I say that. My hometown was wiped off the map pretty much by Hurricane Helene last year. We are getting ready to go down to North Carolina as well, coming up here in a couple of weeks, and we're gonna get to see everything down there that happened as well. So, yeah, it's crazy. I'm not joking, guys. If y'all ever just take a minute to go back and watch all of my forecast videos from the last year, you will see the comment section. It gets so crazy. It's so crazy. But yeah. That's just how it is. It sucks. And this year's hurricane season is forecasted to be slightly along the same trend as last year. Still kind of a little bit in the unknown on what's going to happen. We're going to start to dive into hurricane season once we get back from vacation on June 1st. I'm going to really start talking about that. We're going to start doing forecast discussions on looking at the waters, the kind of the surface temperatures, all that stuff. We're going to get into all that stuff when we get back. So if you live along the coast, you will get hurricane coverage this year. It will happen. We will do everything. I cover everything from start to finish. I cover all 50 states. We cover all weather events. This is where you want to go to for that. Connor is also very, very good with what's the word here? What's the word I'm trying to think of here? Um, Connor's really, really good here with hurricane stuff as well. That's where his higher knowledge is at too. I'm pretty good with severe weather. I do pretty decent with hurricane coverage, but he's a lot better with that stuff with me because he lived in Florida for so long. So, so is there rotation in Stratford? Yes, there still is rotation on the storm. This storm's moving so slow. Currently, right now, it's still tornado warning. So yep, I got you guys covered. If anybody ever wants to have a weather conversation, I'd love to have one. I talk weather 24/7. I sit in this chair and look at weather models 24/7. I'm not joking when I say that. You guys can ask Rochelle there in the chat. That's my significant other. She lives here with, or I live here with her. She can tell you all day long. I do is sit and look at weather models and try and figure out what's going to happen with the weather. I eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. So, oh man, let's check out here and see. That storm down in southeast Oklahoma is falling apart. All right, we got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings down here in Texas now. Let's take a look at these for just a minute. Yeah, down here in DFW, you guys may not see anything else after these showers move through. Like I said, today was more of a conditional threat for large hail damaging winds and a couple tornadoes. The environment today, I wasn't really too confident on today doing anything either. We got the storm up here in Oklahoma. Denton, Texas, now in a severe thunderstorm warning for, where's this? What is this? One inch hail, 65-mile-per-hour winds, and then we've got Bowie and Decatur, excuse me, Texas here in, under golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So, then we've got one severe thunderstorm warning here for Corsicana, 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then actually we've got one out here towards San Saba, 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. So nothing really crazy going on right now. I don't even know if this forecast is going to continue to go the way it's going. Yeah, Tim, good to see you in here, bud. Hope you're doing well. Like I said, I respect all of my Mets that come in here, guys. Like I said, I'm a meteorology student here in Kentucky, so I've still got a long journey to go. So when I see Mets come in here, I appreciate you guys very, very much. Yeah, Mesonet, freaking love it. I need to start using Mesonet more. I'm so stuck on SPC's mesoscale analysis. Yeah, I appreciate you, bud. I appreciate you, Tim. Good to see you hopping in here. So I try to make these streams to where I can explain and break down meteorology as it happens so you guys can learn and also ease your anxiety, because I've always believed in, if you can understand what's happening as you're getting the weather and as this stuff is going on, you'll be ready, once, for the next time when it happens, and two, it teaches you something. And so that's my biggest thing. Like I said, my motto on the left side of the screen: literally educating and saving lives. That's what I've always had a passion at doing since I was a kid. So I've still got about 2.5 years left of school, and that's still got a long ways to go. So yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like I said, if I can help lower people's anxiety and teach and still get you guys in your safe places when you need to be in your safe places, that's the biggest thing. All right, let's chat here for a minute. We've still got this tornado warning here. Like I said, this thing is moving at snail speed, so I still think they're going to issue a tornado warning for being in Ada, Oklahoma. So once again, if you're in these two cities out in front of this here, I would be mindful here. I would be getting ready to get in my safe place. This storm does have a known history of producing a tornado, so just be on the safe side. Get your loved ones, your families, your friends in their safe place here out in front of this. This should be getting issued pretty soon, I would think. At least I would think they would be issuing it. All right. Like I said, guys, this is day one of a pretty significant stretch of severe weather. We are expecting a potential significant severe weather outbreak tomorrow across Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, maybe going up towards Nebraska, Colorado area. I'm more and more concerned about Monday's setup. Monday has a very high ceiling event. I'm not saying it's a guaranteed severe weather outbreak or tornado outbreak, but the signs are definitely there for a significant outbreak along a significant dry line. I'm telling you guys, looking at the models, and we'll talk about this here again in a little bit, this is probably one of the most significant dry line setups I've seen in Oklahoma and Texas and Kansas in many, many years. This probably goes back to before I even moved up here to Kentucky. 70 plus dew points, 5,000 plus K. The tornado parameters are almost maxed out across this viewing area. If any storms fire off along a dry line here on Monday, we will have significant problems across these states. And hopefully that does not happen. The models are struggling to kind of handle the solution a little bit differently, but we don't want uptrends. I do think personally, and you guys know I'm very honest with you, I do think the possibility of maybe a level 4 out of 5 moderate risk is on the table both for Sunday and Monday. We'll see what SPC does. They do this way better. Mad respect to the SPC forecasters out there that give these outlooks out. They're pretty spot on, especially Mr. Chris Broyles. He does amazing work in terms of forecasting. So we'll see what happens overnight tonight with these risk zones upgrade. But like I said, pretty significant stretch of severe weather the next 3 days in a row here. So it's going to be a long next 72 hours, guys, especially if you're in the central and southern plains here. Not guaranteeing anybody's going to get tornadoes or severe weather, but the threat will be there. So we definitely will have the threat more towards Kansas tomorrow in terms of that significant threat. But yeah, once this tornado warning expires, we'll be able to kind of talk in depth about some things. They may not issue a new warning on this, potentially being as though it's going to expire here soon. All right. Once again, Denton, Texas, under that severe thunderstorm warning down there as well. There it is, as
A new
expected.
tornado warning has been issued.
Yep, that's what I was waiting for. So that's going to be for Ada, Bing, and then I think it'll go a little bit further east. Wait for that warning to pop up. Got a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings down here in Texas getting ready to come into Oklahoma. We're going to have to watch this line of storms. Come on, where's the warning? There it is. Yep, as expected. Ada, Oklahoma, you guys are now in this tornado warning. Please be seeking shelter immediately. This is radar indicated, so this is not observed. It's not on the ground. Could be in the future right now, but right now we're looking at a little bit of rotation. I'm not seeing much. Like I said, the radar coverage out here is a little bit wonky. Just kind of looking at gate to gate here. This is also a little bit all over the place. Let's look at SR and see. I'm assuming if there's rotation, yeah, it's going to be back down here still east of Stratford. So we're going to probably be looking somewhere in here. Yeah, this will be going towards Ada. So if you're in Ada, Oklahoma, get to your safe place, bathroom, closet, storm shelter, whatever you got when you get warnings. Definitely go there now. Okie dokie. All right, I'm gonna leave this up, guys. I gotta step away for just a second. I will be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to step out for just a second. All right, so this is a radar indicated tornado warning. Rotation is intensifying a little bit. It also looks to be that we've got a second potential area of rotation up here near Bing, so we might get a secondary tornado warning to blanket that up there. We'll see what they do with this. Could have two mesos in here potentially. This is interesting. We might honestly, what we might be getting ready to see again here is potentially a split, maybe. Looks like there's two different hail cores, so we may get a split, or this might just be one big massive supercell still. We're going to watch how this unfolds here. Definitely stronger rotation. Also, I will mention as well, we are getting further away from the radar site, so as we go further east here, radar coverage is going to suck as we go into eastern Oklahoma, so just be mindful of that, guys. I won't be able to see too well into this. Have we had any mesoscale updates? Nothing. Is the herd doing anything else wonky? Really, in reality, if this threat down in Texas doesn't materialize, we may not get anything in Texas today. Just kind of looking at this. Then again, too, these storms that are down here in Texas are now going into Oklahoma. So, yeah, we've got a golf ball size severe thunderstorm warning here for Ardmore, Marietta, Oklahoma along the Red River here. Pretty still decent amount of instability, clearly. So these storms can continue northeast. We do need to watch this. I wonder if this complex of storms catches up with this supercell in Oklahoma, too. We'll see. We'll see what happens with this. Yeah, Abraham, Monday's gonna be wild, dude. It's gonna be wild. I've seen every single person on social media really getting Monday going. There's always gonna be hype when there's a threat for some significant severe weather, tornado potential. But I believe Monday's got a very disgusting look to it. I'm not a fan of it. Yeah, East Texas storming now. Yep, I would expect that there for you guys. Let me get the DFW radar pulled back up. I'm mostly noticing a lot of heavy rain. There is some wind down here still in eastern Texas, but as of right now, this complex of storms is going towards Oklahoma. I didn't see any rotation. Yeah, this is just a lot of wind, some rain, some hail. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, guys, here in a little bit. Got a couple. Okay, so we do have some storms. So the HER model's doing a really good job today, honestly. We've now got cells firing off here outside of the marginal risk, outside of that tornado watch here in eastern Texas, outside of Pampa. So we're going to watch and see if this supercell or round of storms here can push into this environment here along our dry line. We might have another tornado potential over here, maybe near western side of Oklahoma. We're going to have to watch that as well the next coming hours. Dust storm was crazy. I keep hearing reports of that dust storm. Yeah. You guys definitely did have the dust storm up there in Illinois yesterday. I was seeing reports of that. Yep, definitely still looking at some pretty decent rotation here. But also, like I said, it's far from the radar, so going to be a little bit more difficult to see. So definitely trust the warning, guys, as always. DFW could see a couple more storms. The models don't show it, but then again, it's the models. So until that watch expires, just be mindful that severe weather can happen. Yep, no problem. No, not a problem. Hold on. I got to check on something here, guys. Hold on one second. We're going to keep watching this storm here in Oklahoma. Hold on, guys. Sorry, guys, I'm back here. I was on the phone with Connor there for a second. Okie dokie. Let's get back into this here. So the good thing, they did wrap a severe thunderstorm warning on this tornado warning storm. We're back up to 70-mile-per-hour winds and 1.5-inch hail on this. So still a tornadic storm. Still have that tornado warning out here till 7:15. So we got to continue to watch that. Continuing to watch this complex of storms moving into southern Oklahoma with damaging winds and a hail threat primarily with this 60 and 150. Other than that, that's really what we've got right now. We don't have much going on in terms of the severity of this event here. I'm going to go back and look at any mesoscales. All right, we got a new severe thunderstorm watch potential likely here. I have to watch this. Damaging wind and a large hail threat is expected to develop late early this evening with weather watch assurance likely by 01Z. Interesting. So we're going to get a new watch here for the Arclatech. That's going to be Northeast Texas, Western Arkansas. Can Tuesday's risk change? It can always change. When you're forecasting weather, things can always change, or when weather is risk zones are forecasted, yes, it can always change. But right now, it doesn't look like that it's going to happen. I haven't looked at any of the model guidance for what is the NAM doing. Let me look at a couple things here, guys, for just a second. I'm gonna pull this to the side that way we can stay on that tornado warning here. I don't want to leave y'all in the loop on that. Yeah, CSU paints a pretty significant picture of the high-end ceiling for this event on Monday. Are we going to get to that potential? We don't know quite yet. Still about 3 days out. 2 days out, really, technically. This tornado could be potentially... Why it's not warned that far out either, I don't understand. This looks pretty... like a pretty decent storm. Yeah, CSU is the model. It's not SVC, correct. Yeah, it's just a machine learning model. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what our HER does tonight and what our NAM do tonight. Some of our other short range models for Tuesday, or not for Tuesday, but for Monday and for Tuesday. So once again, guys, if you're in this tornado warning still here, we got about 15 to 25 minutes left on this warning. Golly. The Rufus on Monday is wild. Yeah, babe, Monday, or not Monday, but Tuesday, it looks like we're going to get a Boeing line segment from what I'm seeing. That's what it looks like right now. We'll just kind of see how that trends. I'm just looking at a couple models, guys, just trying to get some updated information for you guys on a couple things here. Oh, that's not fun looking. The fact that the NAM 3K shows supercells on Monday is actually concerning, and it usually goes more linear. Yeah, the NAM model is linear to more biased to linear type solutions for severe weather. Okay, that's all I wanted to see. I'll explain more here in a little bit for you guys on tomorrow and Monday in a little bit. I just want to look at a couple things. All right, they did drop that tornado warning, so we don't have any more tornado warnings, which is good news. So that is good. Still got this watch out till 7 p.m. I guess we can talk here for a minute while I've got some time here with you guys. We can kind of chat about what's going to happen over the next couple of days. I'll pull the models over here. Ow, got eat by a bug or something on my leg. All right, so once again, risk zone for tomorrow. Pretty significant day for severe weather. We've got 2 double enhanced risks for tomorrow. Northern Oklahoma, central, southern Kansas, northern Kansas, and then we have an enhanced risk up towards eastern Colorado, western portions of Nebraska here. We're going to be watching for all modes of severe weather. We do have a strong tornado risk. I do think that this 10% hatch tornado risk will get a little bit bigger. Might even extend down towards Oklahoma. We'll see what SPC does tonight. But I do expect that risk zone to get a little bit bigger in terms of the strong tornado parameters for tomorrow if storms can initiate. Wind threat will also be present. Wouldn't be shocked to see a 30% wind threat introduced as well. I've got some models showing a solution for a kind of a damaging wind event. And then the hail threat will be pretty significant across the board. So we're going to have to see what happens tomorrow. It's a conditional day in terms of like the overall threat for strong tornadoes. The environment is going to be very, very favorable for strong tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hail, both tomorrow and here's the risk zone on Monday. I get more and more concerned for Monday. I think Monday does have at least moderate risk potential, if not high risk potential on the very low end side of things. We got a long evening to kind of see what SPC does. So when SPC updates at 1 o'clock in the morning, we'll kind of see what happens with that. But I do think both tomorrow and Monday are going to be our big significant events for the week here. And then we go into the risk zone that we have on Tuesday, and we have an enhanced risk from Nashville, Tennessee down towards basically almost Greenville, Mississippi in terms of the severe weather there, and then a slight risk outside of that. So a lot of the same areas are going to be seeing significant severe weather as we go into what's the word I'm trying to think of here, as we go into Tuesday. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting day, guys, in terms of the next 3 days here. So just make sure you guys are following. We're going to keep you guys updated as well. Make sure you guys are keeping up with your local news stations, your meteorologist, all of that stuff, etc. as well. Have a way to get alerts on your phones, know weather radios, all of that stuff, etc. Like I said, the models are just not doing the greatest. I'm going to kind of wait and see what the HER does tonight, but here's one solution. The NAM 3K doesn't handle tomorrow too well. It doesn't really have a lot of storms firing off the dry line, which I do think that there will be storms that fire off the dry line regardless of that. And then you're going to see this solution. The NAM model likes to typically turn things more linear. It does that a lot, so I'm not too sold on this option yet. But we could see a line of storms up here near the surface low that develops, or near the low that develops up into Nebraska and Kansas, and then kind of going east there. And then look at Monday. Monday, the fact that the NAM is going full-blown supercell on Monday is a little bit concerning. It's typically more biased towards linear modes, which is interesting. So we're gonna have to watch this. I'm gonna see how this trends tonight, and then it does go linear afterwards, which that will probably happen at some point. Let's see what is the HRWF doing. Yeah, that's not something we want to see. That would be a disaster. That would be the H4 painting a pretty high ceiling for tomorrow. That would put us at a lot of supercells. Doesn't do a lot. And like I said, Oklahoma, your parameters are going to be there for tomorrow. It's just, can storms fire off along the dry line? So that's going to be the biggest thing. I know you're like, well, the models don't show anything. We're not going to get anything. That's not true. You have to wait for the day of to get here. And I think the models will start to eventually show at least one or two cells firing off. You can see a couple in eastern Oklahoma there with that run. And then we go into Monday, and Monday looks bad. Monday looks really, really bad. I do think that a moderate risk, if not a high risk, is on the table for Monday in terms of severity. This is, all the models are starting to do this. Has our impasse updated from earlier this afternoon? Let's see here. Yep, so the impasse keeps Oklahoma quiet tomorrow, and then keeps a couple storms in Kansas, and then going into Monday. Golly. Yeah, that's not what you want to see, is that. Yeah, just there's a lot of model discrepancy, and that's going to happen leading up to an event that's pretty significant. You're going to have that a lot. So hopefully we'll get some finer details going into Monday and then going into Tuesday for you guys there. Let's see here. What's the, oh, this is guys, the Rufus model is what I call this. This is going to paint the high end ceiling for this event. Really, this model is rarely ever even close to being accurate, but I want to show you guys this. If worst case scenario happens, here is tomorrow's setup. The fact that the Rufus does not convect in Oklahoma is interesting as well, but it does keep all these strong supercells up here into Kansas, which is where the bullseye is going to be at. A couple up here near the low. These mostly would be hail-based and wind-based because they're not along the warm front. And then we'd have a couple out in front of that there. So that'll be interesting in terms of the Rufus. And then watch what it does on Monday. Monday, it just goes out to dinner on Monday here. This would be awful if the Rufus was even close to semi-right. We would have an outbreak, a high risk outbreak on Monday if that happened. Looking at parameters, I'm going to go back to the NAM3K here because it does show at least the tornado parameters here. We'll look at some of the troughing in here as well and kind of see what this does. What I think I'm going to do, guys, since we don't have a lot of warnings ongoing, I probably will honestly get off stream here in a minute, take a break, eat some food, get ready to get the kiddos to bed, and then we'll probably come back on here later on tonight and do an update then, since we don't have too much going on, since today's threat didn't really do too much of anything crazy. So we'll do that. We'll do a reset here in a few minutes. Make sure y'all are following. If you are not following, we'll keep you guys updated on that there. That is not what I wanted to do. There we go. Yeah, we'll come back and do an update tonight. We got a lot of things to talk about tonight. We'll get on here probably around 9, 10, maybe 11 tonight and do an update for you guys, late night update. May watch SPC come in. We might wait till 11 p.m. midnight and watch SPC come in tonight. We haven't done that in quite some time. see what the new outlooks do. I do think both days go moderate, personally. I think it's on the table, but it's going to be based off of storm coverage. Let me go back here to that parameter space. Yeah. So these are the guys, look at these. These are the tornado parameters for tomorrow. So if any storms fire off in this environment tomorrow, it could be really, really, really bad. And right now, like I said, the models don't have a lot of coverage in Oklahoma. They keep it up in Kansas, but regardless of that, it's still going to be a significant, potentially significant event here. So we're going to have to watch this very closely. And then going into Monday, I have no words for this. This is high-risk stuff right here on Monday. Monday would be the day. These are our tornado parameters on Monday, according to at least the NAM3K. We'll see what the her model run does here tonight, but God bless America. We are going to need Jesus for this on Monday badly, with these parameter spaces. Yeah, that would be Missouri, Eastern Kansas, Oklahoma. Let's look at our dew points and see what we're doing with this. Like I said, dew points are very impressive tomorrow. I think we're going to get storms convecting in Oklahoma personally. So we'll see what happens, but God, Monday, not good at all. This is like, I haven't seen something like this since like 2015 or 2016 in terms of a dry line setup in the plains. This is something else. This is concerning. Really, really concerning. Models don't go out to Tuesday yet. We'll have Tuesday's outlook, kind of a look at Tuesday as we go towards tomorrow. We'll have it tomorrow night. Let's look at our troughing. Let's go 500 millibar. Let's see what our 500's doing. So yeah, look at that. Perfect timing of the trough on Monday too. That's impressive. Got a little bit of a gap void in wind shear. Oh, we got wind shear tomorrow. We got wind shear. You can see kind of where your divergence zone is setting up to. This would be where we would have bigger, steeper lapse rates. Height falls would be in this area. So storms can convect in this environment tomorrow. Definitely all modes, including the strong tornado risk at play. And then going into Monday, yeah, right where your height falls are at. Once again, same area going into Monday evening. Pretty significant southwesterly flow. Let's look at the 850. Let's see what our low level jet is doing. Shit, that is the low-level jet tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so your winds are going southwest. Your winds are coming out of the lower levels at, that's about 50 to 50, 60, 70 knots out of the low levels. That would be significant there for tornado genesis. And then let's take a look at Monday. Yeah, Monday's cranks up last minute there. Yeah, this storm might be trying again to attempt to still torpos 2-inch hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds here, continuing to go east here, headed towards Atoka potentially is where we're seeing this cell go. So we'll keep you guys, we're going to keep updated on that. Yeah, this is concerning. I don't like to see this, guys, in terms of that. Let's look at our lapse rates. Sheesh, Louise. Lapse rates are ridiculous tomorrow. And then going into Monday. Ugh. That is also true. That is true, Storm Chaser, Johnny. Yep, 100%. That might be one of the failing modes for this event, too. Let's look at, what's our 750 doing? $750 is not perfect. It's all right. Yeah, we want this to bust on Monday, not do anything. Sheesh Louise. All right. Here's what's going to happen, guys. I am going to get off here for just a little bit and take a break, eat some food. We've been on here for about 3.5 hours. I'm going to reconvene and get back on here again in a couple hours. We're going to do a nighttime update when we get closer to SPC come out. We're going to get some late evening models in. I'm going to analyze some things, get my thoughts together, and then we'll get back on here in a couple hours and we'll chat about what we're going to look at going through the next couple of days. If you are in severe weather risk zones for the rest of the evening, just be mindful. We are going to probably get a severe thunderstorm watch for western Arkansas here in just a little bit. But as of right now, things are still holding pretty chill, other than this one storm in Oklahoma and then the couple of severe thunderstorm warnings to the south here. So I will, Pivotal Weather is what I'm using for the website there. So I'll see you guys back here again in a little bit. I appreciate all the likes, 71,000 likes, 151 new followers, 4K in the gifts. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all do hit that follow button. Subscribe to me on YouTube as well. I will see you guys here in a little bit. Be safe, be weather aware, and we will be back.